Hey y'all, what's going on? Happy Saturday, happy Saturday. It's time for that good front porch. We about to talk about these people business, get all up and through there, and then y'all know we got them back porch questions, and I'm almost tempted to think those are more fun than the gossip. So I'm glad y'all here. Hey Christian.
Hey, Royal family.
Okay, you comfortable tonight? You ain't going out tonight, are you?
No, I'm not gonna know where I'm doing my hair tonight. So I'm with y'all.
Okay, that's a good time. I actually combed my hair today. You know that don't happen often. I hate combing this mess. I look bushy and everything. So we all in the same boat. I'm glad to see all of y'all up in here. Listen, if you didn't already hit that like button, reach out there and hit that like button for me. If you on the way in, hit the like button on your way in. I appreciate every last one of y'all. If this your first time or you done been back a couple times and laugh with us, please hit that subscribe button. Okay. Notification bell, hit that, click all. Make sure you don't miss out not one time when we go live because we want you up in here. Okay. Let's holler at everybody so we can get started. Hey, Wani, how you doing? Velma Cook, how you doing? Queena, hey, sis. A lot of y'all was in our meeting earlier. Hey, Misha, how you doing? I'm glad to see you too. We got Angie, Miami's finest up in here. DT, y'all know it ain't a party till DT show up. Okay, Auntie Eva, good to see you. I hope you ready to laugh tonight. Delicia, how are you? Jam, hey, what's a closed meeting? What kind of meeting is closed? What we talking about? Let me know. Hey, Helene, how you doing, girl? Good to see you too. DH, how are you? Plum, how you doing? Private Joy, sis, how are you? Oh man, everybody up in here. We're gonna get us some laughs in. Lala Chanel, how you doing? Jesse, how are you? Good to see you as well. Keisha E, the beautiful Keisha E. Leslie, hey girl. Love my dogs too. You with us tonight? All right. Hey Yvette, how you doing? Oh man, everybody. Tina, Evangelist and stop by. MR Spiller, sis. Girl, we played phone tag a couple times today. It's Quasia. How are you? Please tell our brother-in-law we said hey. You said you was late. You had to come in with the one finger up. No, you all right? All right, all right. Sharon Fona, how you doing? Good to see you. Angel baby. Girl, I ain't seen you in a minute. How you been? Miss Stephanie Stroud, how are you? Who else we got? Emma. Hey, Emma. I always remember you because you got my mama's name. Hey, Candace Lane. Darius, how you doing? Miss you. I'm glad you've been back around. I know you was busy before. Always good to see you. Who else we got? Brooke. I think I saw my silver diamond. There she go. Marilyn McGowan, how you doing? Hey, Serene. Hey, KB. All right. Y'all, I think Egypt might be out. And I ain't seen my DC yet. I might be shaking. Hey, Jennifer Love Spewitt, how you doing? Mm-hmm. Oh, the family's all here. Happy to be happy. G, darling. You know what? I'm so used to you being here now. I just love you. Sharon Stanley, how you doing? All right. Queen, are you heading to the house? G, darling, thank you so much for starting off the night with that $9.99 super chat. I appreciate you supporting the stream. Thank you so much. That means absolutely everything. So, y'all, listen. We covered everything in the meeting about our food drive in November. Hey, LaShayna, don't worry. Those of you all who missed the meeting, we're still, hey, Kim D, we are still going to share with you all everything concerning the meeting as far as the Thanksgiving food drive, the masquerade ball coming up, and some other goodies that we got planned on the calendar. But we're going to talk about that then. Oh, the next movie night is set up for the 24th of this month, the 24th, which is next Friday. We're going to do some little raffle type stuff, give out some Uber Eats that night. So while we watching the movie, whichever one y'all vote for, you're going to be eating some snacks paid for by me. Y'all going to dig off in my pocket and get some goodies from them good people at Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, or whoever y'all deal with, okay? So we got some good times planned. Be ready, be ready. If you have not voted, get your hips over there to that community tab and make sure that you vote for the movie you want to see. If you don't vote, you can't say nothing. Yes, hit that like button. Angela Valentine says, how are you? Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate your support and love. I appreciate it so much. Hey, girl. Hey, Christine Lambert. You made your first family meeting tonight. April C say, okay, I'm going to have my snacks and drinks ready. Y'all know what time it is. So listen, without further ado, now y'all know our little brother normally hang with us on the porch lately. He been chilling with us a lot, and we love Gabor. But honey, Gabor is going out on the town. So we hanging with my baby sis Christian Key. Y'all know that's my Christian Key. Okay. So we got to get into the gossip. Girl, you got me playing in the background.
I have to turn it down. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's cool. And then I'm gonna put the link out there when we get to them back porch questions, because I want y'all to chime in, because y'all know that part of the conversation gets real good. We start with the gossip, and then we slowly slide on around to the back porch and get to talking about some grown folks conversation, right? So listen, we like to start with the light stuff first. It ain't a whole lot of light stuff. Well, I mean, it's a little bit. It's a little bit. So I'm gonna try to be as light as I can. I see Velda done came up in here and JC. All right, so all our sisters is slowly sliding in the door. So let's talk about it, right? Well, I guess the lightest thing on the docket, well, next to the lightest, is apparently, y'all, Jermaine Dupri and Diddy is still at it. Now, they was on social media. It looks like they was online with Fat Joe and Snoop. And during that little exchange, I don't know what all took place, but Jermaine Dupri took to Instagram and posted a clip. I don't know if y'all seen it, but I'm finna tell you about it. You know I got a big mouth. It's got to go down. So Jermaine Dupri posted a clip where Diddy was saying that he produced Mary J's song Real Love. Now I'm glad this time that Gabor ain't here, because y'all know Gabor started singing. I have to holler copyright. However, he claimed that. And Jermaine Dupri was like, why I didn't know you produced that? And so Diddy was like, I wouldn't lie to you. If y'all think I'm joking, get on over there to Jermaine Dupri's Instagram where y'all can check that thing out. Honey, he posted that clip with Diddy claiming to have produced that song. And yeah, now I don't know how y'all do it, but I done seen y'all do it before. You know how y'all post on Instagram and it'll be more than one picture, or like maybe like a video and a picture and a picture. Y'all know how y'all do the multiple. Okay, well, it was one of those. And so he posted the clip. And after he posted the clip, okay, then he posted a screenshot. And the screenshot he posted actually showed the credits on Mary J's Real Love, y'all. And the credits that was posted under that song showed that it was two fellas by the name of Corey Rooney and Mark Morales. And they were both listed as songwriters and producers. Right. So I don't know why Diddy lying. Maybe he think he produced that song. He done produced enough. I think he done produced enough of them without him claiming to have produced songs he ain't never produced now.
Exactly. Like, you doing too much now. Can somebody else get some credit eventually?
Right, because at this point, I'm about to think Diddy gonna mess around and take credit for my red velvet cake recipe. The way this thing is going, it's looking a little funny.
He was in for everything. You cannot do that. And then knowing that it's evidence and proof I had it. Anybody can go find and look it up. Why would you just sit there and blatantly lie like it?
Okay, now that's what I'm trying to figure out just for my own understanding. Why would you lie? And he lied, and get this, when he lied, girl, he didn't just lie. He was like, I wouldn't lie to you. Now, hold on now. How you gonna lie with the words, I wouldn't lie to you?
Okay. People tell on themselves all the time.
Velda put it on, he getting old. April say, you know, he like to put his name on anything. Mm-hmm. It didn't make no sense. And I couldn't understand what the line was for. Exactly. Now, Diddy is something else. JC say he's a soul snatching demon from the netherworld. Good Lord. My Jennifer loves She said Mary is one of the few artists who got away from Diddy and still made money and had a career. Yes, and she did not come up missing.
Right.
Everybody else did. Lord Evangelist say Diddy gonna say he wrote Amazing Grace. Now, if he tell that tale, I know. Listen, DT done started. Well, apparently the sniper rifles are now on deck. DT say he'll take credit for eating groceries. Will he take credit for eating groceries in the gay club?
Now, speak up on something that you really do,
I'm through. You two, you gonna join in with him. Lord have mercy. Y'all crazy. Hey, just simply, that's a beautiful picture. I didn't understand. I'm like, why would this happen? Hold on. I was trying to get, sometimes that chat will jump on me. I be thinking I can grab it. I was trying to grab Derek's comment. They usually start off with that sentence and be lying the whole time. Yes,
that don't make no sense. And then for Mary not to even come out and defend him, he should have just kept quiet.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You know what, DC, you right. Let me hand you a wrench because I just threw JC a wrench. Let me throw you one too, just to be careful, just to be sure. Thank you, love. All right. But that's the kind of thing that really got me. Lala say Rumpelstiltskin in the habit of trying to create a buzz for a battle. I think so. And I got to stop right there. Wait just a minute. Hold on. Christian, is Lala calling Jermaine Dupri the Hobbit?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Rumpelstiltskin, the show got to be Diddy because how he be making people disappear.
Yes, he scares me. Listen, sir, we just telling jokes. I don't want no smoke, please. Plus, you got a band man, sir. I'm too big to come up
we
missing.
Just having
fun. We just playing. We don't want no smoke. All right. And see,
what's the word? Allegedly. There you go.
Yes, sir. Allegedly. Yes, sir. Mr. Combs, sir. Allegedly. And nobody got time to be coming up missing. I got too many children to see back. Okay. And my sister's gonna come looking for me. So don't,
Right.
Why I feel like Vera Walker when she went to go see Bugsy Calhoun in Harlem Nights. I got 9 good toes and I don't want no trouble. That's how I feel. Right. I got 9 good toes. I don't want no trouble. April C say Diddy is a narcissist. Girl, they out there saying he a whole sugar daddy now.
That's what I said when I seen him with what's her name?
Young Miami.
Yeah, her.
Yes, sir. Well, listen. Well, apparently she was showing a receipt where she done spent $99,000 somewhere for her retail therapy. Now she was alluding to a generous benefactor, but she didn't say no names. People automatically assuming it's him. No, hey Nika, I'm trying to tell you. Now, see, Jennifer, you said that I didn't, but I agree with you. Allegedly, sir, if you listen. You say, I still think Kim Porter's death is suspicious. I feel like she was about ready to spill the tea on him. I think so, too.
Because didn't she write a book?
Yes, she did, but it never got published.
Wonder why.
Okay. Hey, Kimber Monique. Yeah. Lord have mercy. KB say sugar daddy or sugar trail or both. Listen, sir, KB said that. I ain't said nothing. Y'all listen, if I come up missing, y'all did this to me. Miss MO1 say Diddy need to pay his artists. That's what they said, sir. That's true.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
DT.
I'm trying to tell you. Listen, that's what they saying. That's what they saying. Yeah, bring out your best. Break them out. Break them out.
Yes.
M.I. Spiller say if Diddy mess with you, he might come up missing allegedly. That's what I'm talking about, sir. Listen, we put you on this. We don't want no trouble, but you don't want no trouble either. That's all we saying. That's all we saying. It's all love. It's all love over here. So that was that. But I feel like Jermaine Dupri was good and shady. He caught the clip of Diddy telling that lie and then just quietly posted the critics.
Right. And is this all just the, playoff build up to y'all actually battling?
I don't know whether they're going to actually battle. Like, I don't know. Do you think he would actually battle with Jermaine Dupri? Or you think they just playing online? Because I just don't see no powerhouses like either one of them doing no verses, to be honest. I'm surprised. Well, actually, I'm not. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I don't see them doing it, but I could see them because it's like too much going on. Like you already said who you was gonna battle, let it go. Why y'all still going at it? So are y'all finna do it? And it's just publicity stunt. That's what I'm trying to doubt.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. But both of them like attention, but don't nobody like attention like Diddy. So you just never know. You know what I'm saying? They may not have no intention on doing it and just want people to talk about them.
Right.
Because, I mean, let's be honest. They both getting old. And I can say it because I'm old. Old age, they up here geezering up the place. Rap has become a place for young folks. And, they ain't young no more. And maybe they just they just want the buzz. They want people to be talking about them. And, here we go.
That's true.
Lord, Jennifer say he the queen of sampling. Lord have mercy.
That is true.
JD was serious, and I believe Diddy was disrespectful. He was disrespectful. He ain't have to say that like that. All right, here come the first half of Law and Order. Here she go, y'all. Miss Egypt now. I tried to call her, she didn't answer, so I thought she was being fast. I'm so glad she slid through. Okay. No, they ain't doing one, I don't think, but they trying to get some buzz going for some reason now. I don't know what they up to. Okay.
Right.
Hey, Queen Mermaid. What my Easy Breezy say? Oh, she talking to Kimber Monique. She say all of them. That's exactly how you spell that too. All of them.
All of them.
You watched the whole live last night. Swiss Beat, Fat Joe and Swiss Beat started it. Okay, and then they just came on in there, and then Puffy embarrassed himself claiming to produce a song what he ain't never produced. I can't make no sense out of it, girl. I can't. I'm like, what was you thinking? Just what were you thinking?
He got nothing but time on his hands, basically.
Okay, and girl, speaking of time, let's talk about a watch, shall we? Well, I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but Lil Baby went on social media to bring out what's their name? Gabriel Jacobs Jewelers. Ain't that the Jacob the Jeweler people?
Is that the little short Chinese man?
No, Jacob the Jeweler, the real ones up there in New York.
Okay. With the watches, I got you.
Y'all know who I'm talking about in the chat. That's the one all them boys was going to and getting their jewelry done.
Yeah.
You remember they used to put them in all the doggone rap songs. Oh, I'm going to Jacob the Jeweler. Yada, yada, yada. Right. So apparently Lil Baby went to social media and let the people know after he was apparently, I don't know which happened first, the chicken or the egg. I want to say it went on this these people, they're called fake watch busters. Have y'all heard of fake watch busters? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, got it. Hey, Lollylop. Okay, yeah. Y'all remember Jacob the Jeweler? Right. Well, it's these people called fake watch busters. And apparently, after Lil Baby posted a picture of his watch, right? And he was proud of his watch, and he was showing his watch. And the fake watch busters, they came through, y'all. And they say that was not no real watch. Right. Y'all know anything about that? Because I was paying attention. Right. They'd be on MTV Cribs. Yes, some of them they was renting jewelry from the man because they couldn't afford it. Yes, honey. Yes. That's what they was doing. This is what they was doing. Right? Well, the fake watch busters people, it turned into a whole thing because Lil Baby had posted on Instagram and was showing his 40th anniversary, not the regular Patek Philippe Nautilus watch, right? Well, come to find out, there wasn't no Patek Philippe. And he did get scammed, baby. He got scammed. That's a $400,000 watch. First of all, for $400,000, you better tell me more than the time. You better tell me what time to eat, what time to go to sleep. You better tell me how high my blood pressure is. Tell me to drop that biscuit for your booty get any bigger. You better be telling me some things about myself. Tell me when to pray. Tell me which man is lying. You better do a lot. But he up there posting, showing off this $400,000 watch. and he done gave these people $400,000, and he gonna post it, y'all. Oh, it's the 40th anniversary, not the regular. Okay, not the regular. It sure enough wasn't the regular. Baby, the fake watch busters posted the real one right next to it and posted his in a red square that said fake, y'all.
Oh.
Right. So it was real embarrassing when they posted it and they were showing what the real 40th anniversary one looked like. And then they described what the problem was. Them fake watch busters, if y'all ain't following them, y'all better go follow them people, because they is there bringing this stuff to the light. And I'm going to say this. If he hadn't posted it first on social media, nobody wouldn't have never even told him. He would have spent that $400,000, y'all, which is almost $500,000 doggone dollars.
And you walk around with
his
plastic on your wrist.
Thank you. Baby, he'd have gave them people that money and he wouldn't even known that he had a faux watch. He wouldn't even know he had the fake watch. A waste of $400. Thank you. He could have bought real estate, house people.
Right.
I'm not trying to like judge nobody or make nobody feel bad. But before I spend all that kind of money and drive past people that's hungry, I just couldn't do it. I ain't no way I could do it. You got enough money on your wrist that you could probably end poverty for about 2 good neighborhoods. If you couldn't end it, you could definitely take the pressure off.
Exactly.
You up here putting it on your wrist. Now, it was wrong for them people to do what they did, but baby, that was real ugly. So when they went to describing what was wrong with the watch, y'all, okay, they said wrong shape and size of the hands, which it was because I'm looking at it. The bezel shape, it's too thick. Swiss made, the words Swiss made, the font size is off. Wrong size and shape of the bracelet. Wrong proportions of the case.
That's the whole watch.
Yeah, they showed you exactly what was wrong with it, how it's supposed to look and how it ain't supposed to look. The one they gave him was so obviously fake, actually. So literally, he up here spending money on stuff. He don't even know what the real one looked like. Now, that's the real clown in this story. He didn't even know what the real
I
one
was
looked
going to
like.
say.
I need somebody to make this thing make sense.
Because how you buying all these heavy chains? You got about 5 necklaces on at one time. So you mean to tell me you don't know what you're looking at by now?
But they don't. See, that's the thing. Things like Patek Philippe, that's a luxury brand. These boys, hey, enlighten you, are new to the money. They're not used to the money. They new to the money. So you out here buying stuff that's expensive. You don't even know enough about what it is that you couldn't tell it was a fake. Y'all get y'all butts over there to fake watch bust on Instagram. When y'all see them two watches side by side, you can see that it's fake if you knew anything about it. And that's the part that's ridiculous. KB is telling the truth. If I'm spending that much money, I know what the bleep I'm buying. Ain't no way in the hell I'm going to spend that kind of money. And I don't even know what the real one looked like. That's embarrassing.
And if I don't know what I'm looking at, I'm going to have an advisor with me or somebody with me who do.
Thank you. Girl, look what Just Simply said. See, that's where it's at. When stunting goes wrong, do your research. He didn't even research it to know what he was looking for. He just walked in there and they had a big price tag. So, yeah, let's sell me this one. They done told him it's the 40th anniversary one, and this is the special one. And this and that. So he up there stunting and taking pictures, putting it on. See, this is why I told y'all. This is called fake watch busters, sis. This is why I told y'all I don't do them littles. The littles are little this, little that, little babies. If you's a baby or a little, I can't listen to nothing you talking about. Because this is the type of ignorance we dealing with. Somebody that got more money than he got brains.
You get that right. A smart, dumb person.
You done made a whole fool out yourself posting this thing on here, talking trash about not the regular. You not regular either. You ain't regular.
You ain't even regular in the head.
Not
even
all
the way off.
Baby, not even close. So then after that, he had the audacity, y'all. He had the audacity. After all that was going on, all that false claiming, Lord, she said, sit down, brother love. So he makes a post on his Instagram, y'all, talking about he gonna actually what you call it, tag at the jeweler. He added the jeweler, y'all. Y'all ain't ready. He added him. He added him. Yes, he did. Added him. And said, y'all know better than to sell meat of all people a fake. What do you mean of all people? You were the exact person to sell a fake to. Because you wasn't smart enough to know the difference.
Right.
You weren't smart enough to know the difference. That's like somebody going in a restaurant thinking they balling, ordering caviar, and you don't know beluga from mullet fish, from roll from a mullet. They could bring you anything and give it to you and charge you through the nose. And you think you got value because they taking your money. Talking about you know better than to sell me of all people a fake or anything that could be called a fake. I stand on my name the same way y'all should. Your name, sugar, unless little baby is Scandinavian for big dummy, baby, you didn't stand on your name. No, ma'am. At all. You sound like the world's biggest fool.
You embarrassed your name, is what you did.
Honey, I wouldn't even talk in public no more if I was him. I wouldn't say nothing else, about nothing else.
Well, you know, he already got a problem with keeping his mouth closed. Every time you see him, his mouth gapped wide open.
Oh, but that's a whole nother thing now. Hey, all I'm gonna say, he had a lot of nerve. He had a lot of nerve. But y'all, the story gets even better. Every time I thought it was all right, it gets better. So then the jeweler gonna respond back. We do stand on our name just like he does. That's why today he got those 4 rings for free and his money back because we didn't do our homework on the watch, and we take full responsibility for that. But it didn't happen intentionally, and he knows that for a fact. And then they added little baby. Well, see, you just might think for just a minute, right? You might think that I was going to stop right there and I was only going to drag the little. But no, we ain't going to just stop at dragging the little. We finna drag them too. We finna drag them because, see, they trifling too, and I'm going to tell you why they trifling. Y'all ready to know why they trifling?
What's going on?
Are y'all ready to know? I'm in the chat. I want y'all to type and ask me the question. Why are they trifling? I ain't saying nothing till I see in the chat y'all say, okay, why are they trifling? I need to see at least 1 or 2 of them because I'm going to tell you why they trifling too. See, this is when stunting and fronting goes wrong on both sides. Okay, now we got it. There we go. Why are they trifling? Let me tell you why they trifling. Hey, Andrew Matt. Hey, Ebony M. How y'all doing? Okay. Yes. All right. We talking about yes, DT. That's the picture of the watch. Hello. Let me put it back up because DT is always on this thing. I love DT.
Yes. Love you, DT.
Look at the watch. That's the fake one that little dummy bought. Okay. Hold on. Can y'all still hear me good?
It's a little staticky bounce. It might be my phone.
It's probably mine, but that's okay because I'm finna switch up because I got to get this told. Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Because I got to tell you why they trifling. See, they was around here making all this noise, right? And acting like they got so much integrity and whatnot and nonsense and so forth and so on, right? Let me switch up because I'm not even finna play with this thing. I don't have time because I got to tell y'all why they trifling.
Yeah, hold on. That there.
I'm gonna tell you. I gotta get it out. Hold on. All right, so here we go. Yeah, you can hear me now, right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, we good. So now I'm gonna tell you why they trifling. Okay. Now the reason why these jokers is trifling. What you mean you didn't do your homework on the watch? had they bought it from the right source, had they bought it from the designer that made it, okay, then it wouldn't have been you needed to do your homework. You only needed to do your homework on it because you was trying to cut corners and get it at a cheaper price so you could sell it at top price like you bought it from the right place. You understand what I'm saying? So they was trying to do a shady business themselves, is what I'm getting at.
Gotcha.
They was doing some shady business themselves. If you wasn't doing shady business, how could you get caught out there? How could it happen? That's all right. I'm finna switch back. I just needed to refresh that one. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Now we good to go. So anyway, that was my point. The fact that you were trying to sit there and get it at a lower price, you was trying to do something slimy, and then you was gonna sell it at a high price. You was trying to get a deal. You was doing some back alley business yourself. That's why that happened. And I feel like the only reason, yes, Queen Mermaid, a swap meet, Julie. The only reason they was clapping back at him is because they were embarrassed. That's why they tried to go ahead and give him them 4 rings to make him shut up and don't tell nobody. And he done told it anyway. So now this is what you got to consider. Anybody else that carry behind over there to them people, you asking for whatever you get.
Basically.
You asking for whatever you get. KB, what did I just see you say? She says, is this the same person who was flushing $100 down the toilet? Wait a minute. Christian, was this boy flushing $100 bills down the toilet?
Now, I don't know about that, but I do know he was out in his so-called neighborhood passing out T-shirts out of all things, talking about giving back to the community. What is a T-shirt?
But he was flushing $100 bills down the toilet?
I can believe it.
And
if he's dumb enough to not know what he buying and he spent that much money, yeah, he flushing money down the toilet every day, all day.
Wait a minute. See, this is where y'all trying to give me an aneurysm or something. So he put money in toilets. He buy jewelry that he don't know what it is, and then he give people T-shirts. I'm really starting to believe that little baby is Scandinavian for little dummy. Nacho Twins mama say they should be embarrassed. Now there goes your reputation. Yeah, both of them played themselves real hard too. DH say this ain't the first time they've done shady business. See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, KB said no, that was Kodak Black. Now you know what? That one. Now we know he's special. We know he ain't. That's why you was trying to confirm who it was. You was trying to confirm who it was. I was about to say, now wait just a doggone minute. Now we know this boy's stupid, but is he that stupid? And I'm gonna go on record and say he's stupid. He ain't did it. I ain't gonna come up missing. I ain't even gonna say he allegedly stupid. He clearly stupid. Auntie Eva say they probably keep a stash of knockoffs for people who don't know the authentic goods, so they can charge too much for it. Girl, I believe you. But this the thing. Even if we believe they cover story, that they didn't check it or whatever, even if we believe that, all that means is you was trying to still do shady business. That's how it blew up in your face.
Yeah. And look how long y'all been around and how many y'all done sold to. So ain't no telling who y'all done, how many people y'all done swindled out their money. And how many people walking around here with fake jewelry on and don't know it.
Okay. But now I'm going to tell you, this goes to a deeper issue. Well, not so much an issue in my opinion, because these boys right here, this whole set of young men that call themselves rappers, if you ask me, they can hold their own too. I ain't got their back on nothing. It don't look my way, and I mean it. Okay? Now, the deeper story here is the fact this is what these people think of these black young men who just made money 5 minutes ago. They feel like you knew money and you know nothing, so they can play you and you ain't gonna know no better. And he proved it because he gave them $400,000 without vetting anything. Hey, Mary, walked out the store and the only thing he could think to do, not to go get it appraised, but yeah, that's what they said.
Right.
Yeah, not to go get it appraised. His first course of action was to take pictures and flage on Instagram talking about not the regular. Not the regular. You mean not the intelligent, not the smart,
Right.
not the learned, not the cultured. Talking about not the regular. He should have had a list as long as his chin to explain what he's not. He's not a whole lot of things. And we also know that he's not smart. Polar dummy. And speaking of little and dummies, we got another little fella that made the news. Yeah. This time it seemed like he was trying to do something nice. I think he was doing it to try to get him a little good publicity, because he got a few people still defending him, but it's a whole lot of us looking at this little fella like he is the evil elf that escaped from Santa's playhouse. And when I say the evil elf, y'all, I'm talking about Tory Lanez. Okay, Tory Lanez is back in the social media news. Yes, he is. And Tory Lanez done donated $50,000. This was a good thing, y'all, toward bail for dozens of disadvantaged families. Now, that was a decent thing to do. It was a very decent thing to do. And I was real happy that he did that. And I thought that was nice of him to do. And I said, well, maybe he trying to erase his evil elf status, right? But
oh Lord.
Yeah. Why you holler, oh Lord? I didn't even say what he did. Yeah.
I said I feel a butt coming on, oh Lord.
Oh, there's a butt coming on. There's definitely a butt coming on. Okay. Now, the butt is after he gave the $40,000, which I was very happy about. I thought that was so nice, and I was all excited. Like, oh, he helping some people, and that's so cool. And he had to go ruin it with bragging and making it about himself. Listen, if you doing stuff for the people, just do it for the people. You ain't got to do it and try to, expose it to everybody. Oh, look what I did, and this what I've been doing. That's what made me feel like this was kind of a PR stunt of sorts. You know what I mean? Up there taking pictures, hugging with all the people. Like, hugging them is cool, but why the cameras got to be there, man? Come on. Angel Baby said it's a spawn of Satan. Y'all want to hear what him said? No. I'm going to let y'all know what he said. Hold on. Because I want to make sure I'm letting y'all hear it. Helping people in these type of situations. Hold on, because I'm going to play it from the gate where y'all can see it. Because he was really making this about him after he did it. Jam say it's the little fella part for me. Well, he is a little fella. He's a tiny little fella. He was supporting the cause of bail. Y'all know that bail business is a racket.
I've been an advisory board member for United People for like 3 years. So we've been doing this prison reform thing and helping people in these type of situations for a long time. But I just think that it was more important today to just kind of do it in groups and just have everybody's family be able to, you know what I mean? I know some of y'all haven't seen y'all loved ones for charges that laws have changed on, you know what I'm saying? And they just need the representation to get them in a better situation. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So y'all heard that, right? Yeah, he want to tell us about what board he been on for 3 years. I don't know. I just was feeling like, yeah, Velma, it looked like it was all for the show. He was giving us the show. Yeah, I mean, it was nice that he did it. I'm sure the people appreciated it. I appreciate him doing it. I just was like, why you take such a nice thing and flip it?
Just for the attention. So that means you didn't do it from the heart. You did it for that reason, for your attention, for publicity and all of that. You feel me? You feel if the cameras wasn't there, wasn't nobody coming to record, take pictures, would you still have been out there? Would you still would have gave the money?
Right. That's what I was trying to figure out. I say this look a little funny right here. Okay. Yeah. Jaja say when you want to do good, you don't have to be prompted to photograph. Exactly. Right. I've had people help me, and I've always noticed the difference. You got some people, they can't hand you so much as a fried bologna sandwich without telling everybody. And then you got other people that'll do for you and be almost like threaten you. You better not tell nobody. It was always, I did it for you, not for nobody to talk about it. So I always pay attention. Now, mind you, when you in trouble, you don't really care where that help come from, and y'all know it. Okay? Listen, it could be the devil in the pitchfork. If you in enough trouble, you'll be like, listen, we ain't friends after the day, but I need some help right now. Look at DT flip that picture. Look at this. You see
That's
this.
why I love DT. He be on point, on point.
DT plays no games with these doggone pictures. Oh my God. But that's why I say, like, when you're in trouble, that's why I say I know for a fact whether he was putting on or not, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. I know them people was happy to get that help because I really feel like the bail system is not honest. I feel like it's a racket. I feel like people who are not financially able or they have financial insecurities, they don't have the same rights as people who have money. You know, they can hold you for bond and it's something that you could have went home for. You know, I don't know. I just feel like the bail system need to be revamped all the way around the board. And let me say this for the record, like it's nice that the little fella decided to do that. Yeah, Lala, he's definitely not Santa's little helper. He wasn't the first. Let's be very, very clear. Jay-Z and Meek Mills did it. They did it first, and they did it on a bigger scale. And it's not about a competition, but I just don't know. Like, we knew about it because we knew about it. I didn't really see them doing no press conferences and hugging and talking about how long they've been on the board. Hey, Iridescent.
Hey.
Okay. Jaja say, really, I can get past and publicizing it. At least somebody in need got help. That's what I said. I just had to point it out that he did do that. But make no mistake about it. I'm glad he gave them people that money. And I'm going to say this. If he want publicity, I hope he do it every month and help somebody else. You know, a lot of times, you know, and let me just say this. Sometimes bad people can do good things. And they can end up helping somebody. I ain't gonna never try to block no bad person. Hey, Wonder Woman Marshall, from doing something good. If it's gonna help some people, bring your evil tail over here and help them, doggone it. You know, maybe if you help enough people, you can quit being evil. You know, I ain't mad at it. Come on. You know, some people can really dig in and hold grudges. Oh, they're a bad person out. Yeah, I get all that. But after you finish with that, if you want to help these people, sir, please help these people. Because it's some more of them need help, and it's in every city and every state. It's not fair, and they need to revamp it. Straight up, they need to revamp that whole bail system. It ain't fair, and it ain't cool because the system does not take into account financial insecurities. Who can afford it? Who can't afford it? It just don't matter, and it don't. You know, and I'm gonna tell you the other thing, and I ain't gonna go off on the rant, but I'm gonna just say this because I got to. The bail system is not even based on whether you're guilty or not. You know what I mean? You get picked up, they put you on bond, you bond out, then you go to trial. So once you go to trial, then they got to prove whether you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand what I'm saying? So they didn't even say that you guilty, but they can still put this money on your head and they can hold you there simply because you in poverty.
And see, I've never understood the statement, you're innocent until proven guilty. Well, if I'm innocent until proven guilty, why can't my innocent butt go home until my court date?
Exactly. That's what makes it unfair. So understand me when I say I am grateful to Santa's little helper. I'm grateful. Please, sir. And talk to some of your other friends, some of the men that, you know, uphold you in your mess. Tell them to do it too. I think all of them should do it twice a month somewhere. Just pick a city and go because the system is not fair. It needs to be revamped. And a lot of people ain't even talking about it. So shout out to Santa's little helper, to, you know, that little fella for doing something right. Even if you went a little wrong around it, we appreciate you doing the right thing.
And next time, go get your brother, little baby, and show him how to do a little something right with his money. If he gonna just flush it down the toilet.
That's right. The one, but no, they say Kodak Black was the one flushed it down the toilet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. But little baby
is the one. Yeah, little baby is the one with the Scandinavian name. That's who he is. So, well, y'all, hold on. Now the news got a little bit deeper. It got a little bit heavier before we head to the back porch. Y'all know we going. We going. Don't worry. But we got to go back to Polight. I know we don't like him. We don't like the news, but the news went down and we got to talk about him anyway. We got to, because there's some more updates on the Polight news. Okay, y'all know the man with the funny hat, with his funny looking self, you know? Right. So I'm going to try to keep my feelings in check so we can talk about what it is. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I'm going to calm down and be cool. so we can just, just like they used to say on Get Smart. I know y'all don't know about Get Smart. That was a TV show with the police. Maxwell Smart used to say just the facts, ma'am. So I'm gonna give y'all the facts, okay?
Okay.
Now this Polight character, his name is Michael Nowak. I don't know why he started calling himself Brother Polight. He's definitely Poe because he's a poor excuse for a human, but I'm not gonna editorialize too much. Apparently, he had his bond hearing today, and it was several people covering it. Our cousin Jaded Nerd was covering it also. Your homegirl Tanya TKO, y'all check her out too. So they covered that bond hearing today, and there was some interesting things brought up in the bond hearing. Okay, interesting things came up in the bond hearing that I wanted to bring to our attention so we can keep our eyes on this case. We need not to take our eyes off the screen at all. Because I don't want to hear no stories about why they let this man get away after what he did to that young girl. Absolutely not. I don't want to hear nothing. Okay.
Good.
Now, look here. They said they was there. They wanted to request that the bail got increased. They wanted to increase the bail. Is the sound messing up again?
No, I'm listening.
Okay. So they wanted to increase the bail. That's number one. Then they were stating that they believe he's been threatening or harassing the victim in the case.
What?
Yep, that's what they said. And that's how the judge responded too. Y'all got to go watch it. Okay. The judge was like, what? That's been since he was here last, like the judge was like, let me, make me understand what you're saying. So the judge was like, okay, so y'all tripping or he tripping? Who tripping? Right? Mm-hmm. So then after that, they, the lady went on to, the prosecutor. She went on to say that she reiterated about the DNA evidence that was collected and the DNA that he submitted matching that was on that underage girl. So now we know for sure anybody who's a naysayer, ain't no need you saying nay unless you're a billy goat. They saying in front of the judge, like, this is a known fact. They got the DNA, it matches. There's no excuse for a grown man's DNA evidence to be on a child. Period, point blank. But we still got people defending this clown. And that pisses me off, but I'm gonna hold it. His lawyer had the nerve to be telling the judge where you could release him on ROR. For those of you who don't know, ain't never been in trouble, ain't never had to go before a judge, that means released on your own recognizance. The judge say that ain't happening, you can forget it. Right. So the judge was like, okay, look, he was there for the stay away order to be properly set because, this is what's being said and it wasn't set properly, apparently. And then they brought up him being on social media. And so the judge was being very clear and he basically told him like, yeah, you got a right to free speech, but it's limited. And so, they was kind of letting him know in a real stern, ominous, threatening sort of way, if it can be construed in any kind of way. This is the way I heard it. Y'all go listen and see what you took from it. That if they find anything that looks like you using social media to threaten or influence that girl or anybody against her, you gonna have a problem. And y'all got to go watch it anyway, because you need to see the look on Polight's face, Michael Nowak, that is, when they was explaining to him all the different ways that he bet not contact that girl. Because they said you better not contact her, phone, text, nothing like that, and you better not use a third party. Child, the look on his face looked like he was like, what you mean? Or, oh my God. Like he looked like it was a whole problem. That's
I think he's really confused about what's going on. Like, you thought they dropped the 2 charges and you didn't pick up 4. And you, like, are you slow too? So you don't know what's going on with your own case. You don't know what none of these terms mean, obviously. And you out here celebrating like a, who else? Because anyways, you out here celebrating. And you don't even know you finna be put under the jail if the men don't get you before they put you under the jail. Because as soon as you walk through them doors and they know what you there for, it's OG.
It's gonna be a whole problem. Now, I don't think that Joker confused, girl. I think he know. I think that's his way of trying to keep his followers hyped up to be going around terrorizing people. because he was up there, making all that noise. Lord, DT done changed the picture again. Look at that critter. Look at that horrible looking critter.
On point, DT.
Okay, his face is so punchable. It's so punchable. But was making his boastful claims that he gonna sue people for slander. Honey, slander how? We talking about what the court document said, and now we talking about that bond hearing, what we all heard today. Thank you, Ronnie. Ronnie said it. He ain't confused. He's horrible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I don't want to go past too fast. What Derek say? Derek say he gonna be in the same cell as Dr. York.
That is right.
Mm-hmm. Oh my Lord. Jennifer Love Stewart and DT has got me hollering. I'm reading y'all comments in this chat. I'm just trying to get everybody. Evangelist say he want to be intelligent, but he ignorant. Oh, he's real ignorant and trash, and he's a scammer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He keeps saying slander, but people is talking about exactly what it is. Ain't nobody slandering nothing.
Nothing. Right.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. He was up there doing that stuff. I'm telling you, Polight, he's a dummy, but he's very good at manipulating his followers, because the people who follow him ain't that sharp, no how. Let's just call a thing a thing. And I'll go on record and say that. Okay? So he know it don't take much, and he know how to work them into a frenzy. And that's what he was trying to do when he was intentionally misleading them, talking about, oh, they dropped the charges. He said, but they put a couple of other charges. It wasn't no couple of other Negro. They dropped 2
right.
4. July self, and every one of them got carry a max sentence of 15 years apiece. And he down there in my home state. All I can say is, I hope he know the Lord, because Florida love to put you up under the jail, especially if you happen to be darker than that paper bag.
Oh yes,
they'll put you up under the jail. They'll hide you. LEL say, let him have fun in jail. Not even jail, prison. The men in there are going to out Kool-Aid. Are going. Oh, okay. I get what you said. He meant put. They're gonna put Kool-Aid on his lips and make him his wife. What you know about prison? That's exactly how they make that lipstick in there too.
Ooh, Lord.
Sure do. They gonna make him real pretty. Then they get them color pencils and that grease and be trying to use it like eyeliner and stuff. And lips. Oh yeah. They gonna lock him up. Angel Baby say, yes, Shanitra. He know how to manipulate his followers. He sure do. Because some of them men running around insulting people and calling them out their name, being rude and nasty. I know she was talking about like some of them was call themselves like harassing her, which is really pathetic. That's a woman. I don't like what she said. She is a woman. You a grown man. Why you over there trying to bother a woman? Who does? I'm telling you, his followers are unhinged. I'm telling you, it's something else. So we just have to keep our eyes on that. We're gonna have to keep our eyes on it and see how it plays out. But that social media thing gonna mess him up. Because y'all know, remember he was doing that mess after everything first when the story broke. Because it wasn't a new case. It was just that it had just kind of gotten, attention on social media. And that's when he went and talking about his Rolls Royce diaries or some crap, sitting up in there talking trash about how much money he made and this and that. Like, baby, that ain't gonna keep you out of jail. And y'all look at DT. DT say he looked like he might enjoy being passed around the jail cell.
Maybe that's why he pushing so hard to get there.
Wait a minute. You think he pushing that hard?
I mean, he got to be. What else is he doing? I'm not understanding.
Yes, Katrina, he is trying to keep people from talking about it. But we have to talk about it. It has to be said. Every time one of these men get caught bothering one of our children We need to make noise. We do not need to be quiet. None at all. Ain't no point in being quiet. What you being quiet for?
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna be quiet.
Got to speak up. We've been quiet too long. That's the problem.
Thank you. Lord, look at LEL. Y'all, the sniper rifles out, scopes on. Say someone tell Bubba Sparks to make a new song called Miss Loose Booty for Brother Polight. I'm done. All I'm saying, Bubba Sparks go back to the studio and make a Miss Loose Booty. We gonna need 10% for the royal family. We got lots of charities that we contribute to.
Right.
Make that song, we gonna know where you got it from. You better be putting in on this Thanksgiving food drive, Bubba. Okay, we don't want to have to come looking for you. They used to have Old Sparky. I believe now everything is lethal injection. But that used to be at FSP. That's Florida State Prison. But I think now they done went to the lethal injection only. Mm-hmm.
As long as he get one or the other, I'm fine.
Lord, look at Jennifer. She say he gonna be walking around holding on to another man's pocket till they find out what he did. Then they gonna get him.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how he gonna hide it, because you know the inmates now, they got social media. For one, they be having contraband phones, and then for two, I know in the Fed they let them get online. So some of them got Instagram, Facebook, and all that. Why they locked up?
Yeah, they be making rap videos and everything.
Right. Yes, he
so
is.
They don't know.
They know. I'm telling you. By the time he show his face, it's a wrap. But you know what somebody saying? I heard one fella was talking about that he had done something like this in the past, or had been accused of it in the past, when he still lived up there in New York. Now I don't know if it's true, but that's what they said, y'all. That is surely what was said.
Well, I mean, it's not hard to believe knowing this.
It ain't. It just
the
ain't.
only difference is it probably didn't have social media, real big back then, and he wasn't known of that much back then.
Right. I think that's the only thing, but people from around that neighborhood was saying some little stuff. And like I said, I don't know how true it is because I didn't live around him. But that's what's being said by people who actually knew Mr. Michael Nowak from before. But this ain't his first time being accused of such a thing. Yeah, that's right, D. Marie. 14.
Sense.
14.
And think we ain't gonna talk about it? Think we ain't gonna
talk about you? We sure gonna talk about you. I wish I could see you in person, sugar. But we sure gonna talk about you, because I don't believe you could take me. Even with my bad knee, I don't think you could.
I know that's right. Even on your worst day.
On my worst day, I don't believe you got it in you. Look a little sweet to me.
As I said, he pushing to go. Somebody grab onto the pocket while he in there.
Oh Lord, y'all in this grab onto the pocket. But listen, this is the perfect story to exit from the front porch to the back porch, because we need something to make us laugh and talk and be grown a little bit after hearing about all that, because he's bad for my nerves. He really is bad. I'm serious. Just hearing his name do something to my blood pressure. I ain't lying.
And we don't need to go to bed on that anyway.
No, we can't go to bed on that. We can't go out on no note like that. That ain't gonna work. Okay. So listen, I got the first question for the back porch tonight. First question, y'all. I hope y'all ready. Y'all ready? Let me see. Let me know if y'all ready in the chat for the back porch questions. Because I'm sorry, but this is starting to be like one of my favorite parts of Front Porch Gossip. Is heading to the back porch after we get through with the gossip.
It gets real on the back porch.
Yes, we get to talk about some stuff.
I see one and I'm ready.
Oh, we ready?
There you go.
Oh, hey, Linda Ford. Oh, shoot. Okay, so let's hit it. Now, the first question for the back porch, and y'all hit that like button, please.
Thumbs up.
I'm serious. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yeah, we keeping you laughing, but I'm gonna need y'all to hit the button. Y'all look out for me, and I'm gonna look out for you. Okay? Hit the button. Hit the button. All right, it's 101 likes and it's 149 of y'all in the chat. Look out for me now. Hit the button. So
Come
listen,
on, y'all.
the first question for the back porch. Can a man ask you to pay half the bills in the house and still expect to be considered the head of the house? I'm asking this question one more time because I want to make sure they hear it right. Hey, Marsha, this is the next question. This is the question. I want y'all to listen real good. I done pinned the link to the top of the chat. Come on up if you got a real strong opinion, just a light opinion. You can stay down there if you want to, but I'm opening up the floodgate. Can a man that asks you to pay half of the bills expect to be considered the head of the house? Oh, I see a bunch of no's now. Oh, shoot. Look here. Spiller said no with a bunch of O's.
Absolutely. Hell to the I see him.
Ooh. Catherine 10 said yes. Uh-oh. We got some yes. We got a yes.
I see a maybe.
It's a maybe. Okay. Mm-hmm. I am unique said not half, maybe a quarter. Oh, okay.
Because I got some questions now for our answer.
Oh, she said no, you're equals, not head of the house. Keisha E said maybe. Okay. McClure said no. Listen, this one of them loaded ones, y'all. Listen, I was reading this thing online. It got lit up in that thread.
Ooh, I bet it did.
It got strong in that thread. That's why I said, "Oh, this one got to come to the porch," because I got to see what my folks say about this one. Jennifer said, "I can't answer that because I'm a gay man. So we both got to be the head of the house, or we gonna fight." Okay, so that's different. Right. We talk about traditional hetero relationships, but you can still have an opinion, honey. Whether you in one or not, you can have an opinion.
Right.
Your twins' mama say, yeah, they can still be the head. Brooke say, yeah, they can still be the head. Happy say, I'm not qualified, honey. Everybody can have an opinion. Let's see. Nika say, no, ma'am. Okay. Okay. Protect my energy say, no, can't no man ever again. H to the E to the double hockey sticks. No FUKMA. All them F's is in there. I'm scared now. I'm scared to say all them F's, and I do mean F. Tina says depend on the situation. Keisha says he looking for a better job. I need more details. See, that's what we got to talk about.
Right.
Late. Okay.
Ask the questions.
Okay, Bertrand say we equals. Helene say it depends. All Spot Clean said hell to the no. And I see the music note, so she's talking about like the bishop. Bullwanker.
Right.
Hey, Jaja say the man is the man. But people have gotten away from gender roles, but still want to uphold this argument. Okay, now that's a good point now. Fatty Back, hey, darling, I missed you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I think it depends on what the head of the household means. Head mean head. Okay, happy to be happy. Say she is the leader.
Okay. That's different. All right.
That's different. Lala say no, no, and nope. Ooh, child. Okay, this thing getting interesting. Quasia say it's a switch up. I expect my husband to be the head, but we in it together. I don't feel like paying in. I ain't gonna. Oh, saying if I don't feel like paying, then I ain't gonna. Okay, yeah, I can feel that. Lel say hell no. If I see my name on bills, we equals. Ooh. I'm not dimming my light anymore for no man. Okay. Let me see what the sister say. Wait a minute. D. Marie say, what else does the head of the household do? See? Catherine said the man is the head. So Catherine saying regardless, the man is the head. Okay. All right. JC say my female cousin pay half the mortgage and all of the side bills. It makes me so upset. Girl, that's enough to upset me and my homegirl. Yep, taxes we found married, no marriage when I'm a head of household. Okay. Spiritual babe. Hey sis. Say I've always been told you pay the cost to be the boss. That man may be the head of the household, but the woman controls his neck. Now that's true.
Hey.
I agree with now, JC. I agree with this. I'm not gonna put myself in that situation. I ain't never been in it. I don't want to be in it. Where you earning more than that man, because I feel like you opening the door for trouble.
Okay.
Okay. HELEL say right. The head of the household paid the MF and bills. Jaja, where you at? Cause see, Jaja always got one for me. That's why I be counting on her. I'm like, Jaja,
but see how I feel. I don't mind paying like the water and lights, maybe the internet, but you got to pay the main bills. So that's our car notes, car insurance, the rent. I don't mind helping out a tad bit, but I'm gonna need for you to make more than me. And I really truly believe in the man is the head of the household, so you need to be doing more than me. And technically, I would say more than me with money aspect, because what I'm doing here too is still doing me on the side. You know what I'm saying? I'm cleaning, that still work too.
Okay, look at D. D say half on what? The cell phone. You better say it. Look here, man. I'm gonna tell y'all what I think in just about a minute. But I want to get what y'all think first.
That's what I'm waiting on.
Why to say now if we not married, I'm the head. I'm the head. That way you act up and you out. Yeah. If you ain't married, then that don't count. We talking about husbands and wives. Ronnie say who have the high income? Lots of women have high income these days. That's true. That's true. But y'all know we control who we consent to marry. Because can't nobody force you to marry that man now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you know his pocket's light, you might
hey,
not.
Jaja.
Hey, Jaja.
Assalamu Queen Yoda. Hey, Christian.
Hey.
Listen, I don't want to hear it. I am not paying no fucking bills. I am taking care of the children. I will cook. And, that's it. I might rub some feet once you come home from a long, hard days of work, but that's it. No, listen, Shanitra, truly, I think because of the generational changes and with this onset of the feminist movement, some things have gotten twisted. Now, back in the day, mama and them, the woman stayed at home. The man worked in the field, worked in the factory, drove the school bus. He was the sole provider in that monetary sense. But see, now it's an argument. I don't think a lot of us sisters can substantiate, because I'm an independent woman. I don't need no man. And so when a capable, willing man comes, okay, now you're going to switch up that tone and say, well, no, you need to pay all these bills. Now, I'm for one, personally, I think that the man is the head of the household as long as he is submitted to God and he is capable to fulfill that role. And I do also agree with gender roles. I feel like a man is supposed to take care of certain things and a woman is supposed to take care of certain things. And when it comes to bills, for me, I am not married, but in having experience in long-term committed relationships, when I was living with my partner, the biggest bills, mortgage, rent, light bill, HOA, house insurance, those things were for him. For me, it was the cable bill and I got groceries. So with that, balancing out the household, I'm all up for that. Now, I ain't for no nigga laying up playing Nintendo all day and I done came home and he jump in my car to go around the corner to hang with the niggas on the block. No, I'm not for that. But I think there needs to be a balance and a managing of expectation when you are in a relationship. You can't say, hey, man, you got to pay all this you still have to be bringing something, and that's a very vast argument with what that something is supposed to be. But I still think there needs to be balance in whatever situation that is.
Okay, Evangelist Valerie, you jumped up here, girl. Tell us what you think.
Hey,
Good
Evangelist.
luck. Hey,
Hey,
What up, AT2? You know you can
that's a
come holler at us anytime. Now the door's open, cousin. Go ahead.
that one right there hit a nerve for me because like that's something I fight with my in-laws about because my husband travels for work. And then we got a couple of businesses, and I handle the businesses, right? And he works out of town, but like we've been together for almost 30 years, and we built a real nice home, and we got all these children that I raised and I homeschooled on my own while still working the businesses, kept them in church, so I feel like to some extent, and my husband agrees that I am, and I don't want to say the head of the household, but I make sure that the budget is done, that the groceries are bought, but he makes more money. So his money goes towards like the purchasing of the vehicles and things like that. Whereas my money that I make in the business arena goes towards the mortgage and the utilities, but he makes all the large purchases. So I would say that we equal. I wouldn't say that I say he's the head of the household because God is first and then my husband, because I honor him in our marriage. But when y'all asked the question initially, I was like, now, wait a minute now. That's kind of, it depends on the marriage or the relationship. Because I don't know if he's so much the head of the household. I don't know if I would, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we do it together. I feel like that's something that we work evenly to get accomplished. And we have so over the last 27, 28 years.
Oh, Evangelist, I'm surprised you have their perspective of questioning what is the head of the household, because I would think that you would have the stance of the man is the authority. And yes, you have to cooperate, as one of the ladies in the chat said, yeah, the man is the head, but the woman is the neck. But I would think that you would say, yes, the man is always the head, but there is a cooperation y'all have in balancing the household.
But see, and that's the thing, Jaja, like I have learned that, okay, so like I am submissive to him and like I honor him and I expect my children to follow suit, right? But that's because God is first in the household. But because of the amount of responsibility that I take on in the house, like I said, homeschooling all those boys, and my husband was always out of town. So because of all the responsibility I have assumed in the household, I've in our situation, I've had to step back and say, okay, so my husband has to follow God, and I have to, be respectful of my husband, and I have to, put him in a certain hold him in a certain esteem. But when it comes to the responsibilities in the household, we run neck and neck as far as responsibilities go. But I do respect him and I am submissive to him. But when the question popped out of Sanitra's mouth, as far as who's the head of the household, I just stopped and thought about it. And I was like, well, dang, when it comes to responsibilities, I feel like I hold as much responsibility as he does. That's why I felt about it.
Now, Sanitra, I know you ain't about that paying the bills like when you with no man, but
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was letting y'all get all that out before I gave my opinion.
Oh no.
Because y'all know I got an opinion. I got an opinion. Because when I see people say things like, oh, well, no matter what, he's the head, then it makes me ask the question, are you saying that him being the head of the household is a figurehead position? Meaning it's not a real position, it's just so he can feel like little Lord Fauntleroy in your house. Okay? Now, are you truly the head or are you not? And see, I heard what you were telling Evangelist, like you would have thought that this and that because she has the title Evangelist. But what you have to understand about those of us who are Christian and ain't hiding it, there are rules to this thing. You don't just automatically assume it. That's like saying, well, I'm a deacon because the preacher said so. There's rules that said what regulations and what things you have to, adhere to in order to truly be that. So that goes back to, but hold on. That goes back to, for me, the question, why did you agree to marry a man that was not fit to be the head? See, that's what it goes back to for me. because you had time to observe this man, to witness this man, to pay attention to whether he had the qualities and was a truly a husband material. See, a lot of, like, now I think a lot of the pressure is on women. You got to prove that you wife material because you're trying to win this man as though he's the prize. When women get it back in their head that you actually are the prize, then you'll let that man prove himself to you. And you can watch him and observe him and find out if he is in fact a husband's material before you go jumping brooms and carrying wine and whatnot. See, that's the key. Hold on, I'm not done. That's the first thing. Make sure the man is a husband material. Because the man that look good and he smell good and he wear, yes, Angel, talk black to me. And he, wear the right kind of clothes and he know how to ring your bell and tune your clock. That does not make him a husband material. You need to make sure that this man understands his role as a head of a house before you ever allow him to assume a position. Because rightfully so, for those of us who are Christian, that is the rightful role of the man in the house. But I'm never going to let you be the man in my house unless you prove that you can be the man in my house. That man is supposed to be a provider and protector. You're supposed to be king and priest over the house. And while I'm observing you and I don't see none of that, guess where we not going? We're not going to see the justice of the peace. We're not going to see the judge. We're not going to see the pastor. We ain't going to see my mom and them. We ain't going to see none of your people. We ain't going to do none of that. See, a lot of this is happening because people are settling for things that they really not husbands. So now what you got is a sister wife in the house that just happen to have male genitalia. So now he's expecting you to be the other half of his manhood while crowning him with figurehead, head of the house status. I'm not finna play with no man. If you can't be a man, sugar, I'm gonna need you to be gone. I'm not finna play with you. It's not my job to hold the other half of your manhood in my purse.
Oh, geez.
That is not my job. I rest in my feminine. I'm very comfortable. Yes, Keaton, I said a sister wife.
I agree.
That's what you got. You in an alternative relationship and you don't even know it.
Yes,
Tanisha, my hand is raised. My hand is raised. My hand is raised.
I don't got it out now. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm with you. I got it. And I don't know if I was talking so fast in the beginning, but one of the statements that I hold true to is there will be no submitting to a man unless he has submitted to God. I think that is just divine order, and that's how it's supposed to be. But when it comes to you saying if this man is not ready and you haven't vetted him out while y'all were dating and then you decided to marry him, I think that's a conversation that's going to be ongoing, because I think that's dependent on each person's particular expectations of whatever they're seeking. Every man that comes into a woman's life, morally, spiritually, intellectually, sexually, romantically, all of that, they may be aligned and in sync, but she may be the breadwinner as far as making more money. Now, are we saying that?
Press pause. That's what I'm talking about. Now, if you as a woman, you in such a hurry to get married that you went and chose a man that really couldn't stand over you, that's your fault. You ought to end up paying half the bills. See, what happens a lot of times with our girls, that our young ladies are in such a hurry to say you're married for the sake of status or for the sake of societal pressures, that you accepting men that are less than just to say you got one. What in the world are you doing? Taking and accepting, because while he may end up being the head, once y'all jump a broom, it's up to you as the woman to accept him. If you never accept him as your husband, then this isn't a conversation. And I get what you're saying. Every woman wants something different. But then you got to ask yourself something why you want this something different. You might want to go back to the drawing board and find out exactly what it is that a husband is supposed to be doing, and make sure that joker that you looking at and you so fond of, and you got your butterflies in your stomach, and you around here, your voice going up 3 and 4 octaves every time you see him. How you doing? You know how y'all do. All that foolishness. Okay. Make sure that this man is actually what he's supposed to be. A lot of our girls don't even have a clear understanding of what husband material is because they're so busy trying to prove that they wife material.
But I still think that goes back to, I think that still goes back to managing expectations. And just in that same, okay, and that would be isolating a masculinity equals what you can provide monetarily. And I think that's a conversation that can go back and forth for days and days and days. And a lot of times it's going to be generational. I get everything you're saying, but then on the other side of the coin, what about if I was out here a year ago, 2 years ago? I don't need no man. I paid myself through college, whatever, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And then you find a man that may not be socioeconomically equivalent or above you to stand over you. But hey, last year you had it. So do you want the man for his money or his morals and, you know, the integrity and masculinity that comes with the man and all the other values that he has? See, I think that's an argument that can go on and on.
No, that ain't no argument. That's common sense to me. Why can't you have both? See, this right here is the problem with black folks right now. This either or mentality. It's nonsense. Would you rather have somebody that's got the integrity or somebody that's got the money? Why are we telling ourselves it's not possible to have both? G darling, thank you for the super chat, babe. I appreciate you for supporting the stream. You know I always love you. But I don't understand that. I had somebody try to explain to me about, you know, interracial stuff and whatever. And I say, hey, do what floats your boat. You know, I don't care who you love. Just make sure they're not mistreating you. Make sure they ain't abusing you and whooping on you and all that stuff. And so she says, well, you should do it. You know, this was years back when I was still working at the prison. And so she said, well, would you rather have an old no good drug dealer or somebody that can afford to take care of you? And I remembered I stopped and I asked her the question, why can't I have a black man that does both? I don't subscribe to the school of thought that in order for a man to be good, he got to be broke. I don't subscribe to the school of thought that I couldn't find a man that had all the good qualities and could still take care of me and my children. So all this, oh, you rather have a good man or a broke man. Listen, let me tell you something. At the end of the day, I want him good and I don't want him broke. I say set your standards and stop settling because you're afraid to be by your doggone self.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree with that.
I am as a young woman. Like, I'm single by choice, not by force. And I'm not finna settle just because I want to lay beside somebody at night or because I want to have somebody to call and talk to or because I want to just say that I have a man. Like, no, I need you to be here for me just like I'm going to be here for you physically, emotionally, all of it. I don't want to make a choice because I'm not going to treat you any different or want you to change to be the way I want you to be. No, we need to learn each other and learn how to accept all of our flaws each other has. And if we don't choose to be together and deal with each other, then that's what it's going to be.
Now, Keisha E got a point because I was going to bring this up, y'all. Keisha say he paid all the bills while he was single.
Exactly.
Now you're married and you got to pay him. Okay, now, yeah, girl, that's what I'm talking about because I was going to bring that up and I'm glad you said it. If he was paying all the bills while y'all was coaching, or should I say while he was coaching you? Because hopefully y'all letting these men still coach y'all and y'all ain't out here coaching men. I hope y'all not doing that. Please tell me you're not. Okay?
No,
now, he was paying all the bills then, but now magically, once he married you, now he needs you to pay half. Now, I'm sorry, y'all. That don't make sense to me. Who was paying half your bills before we got married, Negro? I have so many questions.
But that's situational. Now, if he was paying all the bills before and he wants to be in union with you, especially holy matrimony union, then yes, that's a definite argument. But if a man comes and his tax bracket is below you and he can't suffice, now you may say, well, you settled for that. But again, back to the argument of not so much settling, but just managing your expectations on what you want. Because if we are attaching the head of the household with a monetary value or how much, you know, he brings in, then that's an argument within himself. But if we are talking about head of the household as far as just being equally yoked and balanced as a whole,
But
I
then this
think
is
there's
the
something
question.
different because there are a lot of people. There's a lot of women that I know that are married make more than their husband.
And mind you, a lot of that goes on. And I'm not saying it doesn't. But what I'm saying is, head of the house is not just the money, but that's definitely
Exactly.
a part of it. That
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
definitely a part of it. And there just ain't no way around it. If a man is lackluster and he's an underachiever, let's just call it what it is. Let's call a thing a thing. Now, if you somebody that's settled for
Right, and I
somebody
have a
who was
question.
lackluster and
So, do you
left
think
that much,
also? Because I feel with my generation, it's hard to find actual what you would consider to be a man, and
I
I feel like
mean,
the men back in y'all generation are really was the last good men that we really had out here that even wanted to get married or even thought or considered marrying someone. People, boys my age, I don't think they even do that. You see the word I use, boys instead of men.
but see, this is the thing,
So,
Christian.
what do
I
y'all
have
feel
a
about
daughter
that?
in her 20s too. And I don't tell her, oh, you ain't gonna never find a husband
Oh,
because
this is
all of them is
cool.
trash. So,
Uh
huh?
oh. I'm so, my sound wasn't up. I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I have a girl in her 20s. I'm not telling her, oh, you're not gonna find a husband because all of them is trash. I don't believe that's true. I simply don't believe it's true. Do I believe that there's a very low number of men who gonna fit the bill? Yes, that's true. But y'all gotta
Right.
remember, diamonds are diamonds because they're rare, right? Rubies and
Right.
emeralds are valuable because they're rare. Quantity, you can get a whole lot of nothing. I mean, I can go to the dollar
Okay.
store and show my tail. I can walk up in Dollar Tree and act a whole monkey. I can be on a whole spending spree. I can come through there and come out with a whole bunch of stuff, and ain't none of it worth a plug nickel. Or you can
Right.
work on yourself, better yourself, take care of yourself, get better, get stronger spiritually, get stronger financially as a woman, so that you can be that, that Proverbs 31 woman when you meet your man. You can go ahead and make sure you do for real when you meet Boaz and all that good stuff. And so that
Yeah.
way, when you meet the man that actually fits the bill, you're ready for him. Rather than being so afraid that your God done lied to you, that you go and settle for somebody that might have been better suited for another woman. It don't mean
Right.
that a man is bad
Right.
because he ain't fit to be over you. You might need to get out that man's way because that his wife might be out there somewhere. She might
Right.
earn what she need to earn, and she might be in a place where she can submit to him, and she ain't gonna have to break her back to do it.
Right.
I don't know
And
why people got this misconception when it comes to our people that because something is rare and it's not easy to find that and I know part of it comes from social media because you got scumbags like Kevin Samuels, old granddaddy kitten heels out here
right.
telling you that, oh, it's a shortage and you average and you ain't gonna get no high value man, all that garbage, just
Yeah,
nonsense.
nah, ain't
Y'all
nobody
better quit
listening to
listening.
that.
There is no rush that you got to go settle for Woodrow that making $8 an hour because he a good man. When you start
Right.
saying stuff like that, you better ask yourself, what else are you considering that makes him the head of the house? What is it?
Listen, Nisha, what do you think about house husbands?
I think that's some bull crap, and you a
I
silly
was
woman
about
if
to
you
say a
call
house
that.
what?
Ah.
There was
House husband by foot. At the end of the day, house husband means house boy. That means you run errands and wash cars, and I pay you a salary. Ain't no way.
there was
First of all, my back, I got a bad back, Jaja. My hip bad, my knee bad, and my ankle. And I told y'all I got the gout. I'm not finna dip down that low to try to submit to somebody that's that far beneath me. I'm not doing it.
Uh,
All right.
no, because there was this lady I had met. I have to go when I submit different things. I'm in different offices or whatever, and it was a Caucasian lady, and she was talking about how many kids she had, and I was wondering, well, how are you able to do this job and you have so many kids? And I knew she was married, and I just assumed her husband worked, but her husband was, as they say, housewife. He was the house husband. He stayed home with the kids. He made the
Mm-hmm.
lunches. He had dinner ready when she got home, and that was his contribution. And they had been married for 12 years
People
at
do
this
it.
time when I met her. And
Mm-hmm.
so, I know you don't agree with that. And see, I don't agree with that because I just believe in gender roles, and that may be an antiquated way to think about
No,
things,
I
but
believe in gender
there was
roles too.
no there would be no way that I would want to work and come home and see my man, even though he is contributing in that way. I just think it takes away from his masculinity not to be, you know what I'm saying, just out there getting it. So
See, this is
I
my
could
thing.
not deal with that.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you flat out, whatever floats your boat or finds your lost remote. If it works for you, sugar, go ahead on. I can only tell you, I can only tell you what Philip's daughter ain't gonna never do. That's all I can tell you.
Hmm.
That part I can tell you. I don't swear, but if I did, I could swear on a stack of Bibles. I'm
And
never doing it. Now, anybody else that want to dip that low, bless your heart. I'm not that desperate. Now, I might not be as cute as I used to be. Lord knows I ain't as small as I used to be. And if something happened to Papa tomorrow, I'll be single until the second coming before I have some Negro laid up in my house talking about
yeah,
his house husband.
I don't think that's nothing. That don't even make sense. But I listen, Jaja, I'll say this. When you get into a relationship, have a conversation. And
Thank
I know it's been years for me. But me and my husband, when we were dating, we sat down and we actually had a conversation where
thank you, girl.
we talked about like the future. I mean, I don't know if that's outdated. I don't know. But we discussed the future. We talked about where we saw ourselves in, 5 years, what we thought we wanted. Did we want to build a house? I wanted to finish school. And, we talked about that. And I could
Hmm.
see that he had dreams and I had dreams. And so he wanted to finish school first. So I let him finish school first, and I worked. But he still worked, but he finished school while he was working. And so we took turns finishing our education. And then I was able to open my first boutique. And then, so you see what I'm saying? So we were on the same page and we were able to
Hmm.
help one another out to create the family that we have and build up our legacy and have more kids. And so when you get on the same page with somebody, you know when it's right. But I
But
never felt like,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you something,
Yes,
sis.
ma'am.
You got a point there. You're supposed to have a conversation.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You got to figure out what it is that a husband's supposed to be doing, okay? And figure out if this man is what that is. Y'all supposed to be talking about what y'all want. If you talk to a man and he start telling you stuff about, well, I want you to pay half the mortgage and half the lights and half the rent.
exactly.
Girl, he don't want no wife. He want a roommate.
Yep.
Exactly.
Now
Yep.
that's what he want. That joker wants some help. This is somebody who's tired of being a man and he won't help being a man. I can't help you. Okay?
Mhm.
On January 31st, the doctor told Emily it was a girl. So I can't help you
Hmm.
being no man.
Yep.
Hmm.
Now
Okay,
either
Michelle
you can do
said it.
what
You
you
can't
need to
raise a
do.
man.
Thank you. Now either you can do what you need to do or you can find one of them sisters that's real desperate and she'll take you. She'll cover it up for you too. It's some women out there, y'all, going out to dinner with the men and giving the man the card and letting him pay so won't nobody even know he's a deadbeat.
Okay.
So
Let
you
him
can
Yep.
drive the
find,
car and everything.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So
Hmm.
he can find somebody that'll help him be less than. Uh-huh. But I'm gonna encourage y'all, don't y'all do it for nobody.
Mm-mm.
Don't do
Oh
that for
no,
nobody.
ma'am. No, ma'am.
Don't dip that low.
Teacher, I'm gonna come at this thing all type of different ways just to see what you gonna say. Listen,
Uh-huh.
you get a man, he courts you, he wines and dines you, he has a stable living. You get married, um, y'all get a house together. He pays all the bills. He gives you
Mm-hmm.
an allowance, even though you may work, he still gives you an allowance.
As he should.
Um, this man gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't established a 401k. He may like to smoke weed on the weekends, and so when
Oh,
when when he got hurt at work, they tested him, so he didn't have no workman's comp, no case. He was just flat fired. Now he ain't got no job, but he was a damn good provider while he was. So are we getting divorced? Or are we
Well,
pushing
see,
through until he can
hold on,
figure it
press
out?
pause. Press pause. Shanitra ain't finna marry no man smoking reefer on the weekend. That's number one. See, we gonna stop right there because see, that's the sign of an irresponsible man. You know you got a job that'll put you down the road for smoking reefer, and yet you smoking reefer and you go get fired because you irresponsible and you expecting Philip's daughter to do what? You see them crickets? That's what I'm talking about. What you
Oh.
I ain't with that. A man is supposed to be responsible for his family.
Yeah.
Responsible men don't do that. And what I noticed, and I'm gonna tell you something, this ain't me being funny, y'all. I'm just being real, right? For me.
That's right.
I grew up with a daddy who was a man.
Yeah.
I never saw my father be irresponsible. I never saw him make stupid mistakes and expect my mama to clean it up.
Right.
I never saw him doing stupid things like running the streets and getting children all over the place. I didn't see him putting himself in positions where another man could control whether he fed his family or not. So girls like me, you know, and I know we got a lot of other daddies, girls in the chat. Those of us who had them good daddies, you just can't expect us to accept foolishness, honey. We just ain't, we can't do it. I grew up watching Philip. So I'm sorry, you must be at least this tall to ride this ride. You got the shoes to feel, and I let the men know. His shoes are humongous. He wore a size 14. And a half. And a half. So when a girl has a good daddy who didn't make those mistakes, who didn't mess up and do silly things, and then come back and say, well, I got fired because I was smoking reefer. My daddy got injured at one point because he drove trucks. He had his little store. He always made money. He always had more than one way to make money. I never saw him only make money. That's where I got that from. That's why people that know me know Mitchell get money 10 ways. I learned that from my father. But when he got injured, my mama was a good wife and she was his helpmeet. Okay, because that's what we're supposed to be. I'm not your roommate, honey. I'm your helpmeet. And she was that, and she helped him manage things and make sure, okay, this is what you need to do. And a lot of times men don't know how to shuffle and move that money just right. They just real good at making the money. So when the money got a little lighter because daddy couldn't jump up in that truck, it was still money coming from other ways. She did what a good wife is supposed to do. Okay? But she ain't never had to clean up a mess because my daddy was dumb enough to smoke reefer on a job, knowing that he was at the mercy of other men when it came to feeding his family.
Do you think that's part? Do you think that's part of the crippling for especially us black women? Maybe not so much middle age, but younger black women, that they haven't had that strong masculine male figure in the home, and so they don't have an example of what should and shouldn't be.
Well, that's what I was going to comment and say. I didn't have that. And I seen the struggles my mama went through, and even with not just my daddy, just different men, abuse and all of that. And instead of me looking at it as, well, that's how I'm supposed to be, that's what I'm supposed to take. No, I looked at it the opposite way. That's what I don't want in a man. Everything my daddy did do, running off, I'll go see, spend the night with him on the weekends with him and his girlfriend, and he's gone the whole weekend. And I don't see you even when I leave to go back home. Where you been at? But and then the killer fact is I'm your only child on top of that. So instead of me being down and depressed and staying, well, that's how my daddy did my mama. That's how my daddy did me. That's what I want. No, I want the exact opposite of that. That's what I don't want. And that's why I always learned not to settle. Don't just shoot. Even now, and I hate to say it, my mama's with a man now, and I feel like she just settled for him. And I don't want to be that woman. I'd rather honestly be by myself before I just settle and you hurt my feelings. You don't consider nothing of me at all.
Now, you know what? Just but the answer, and the answer, Jaja, what a spiritual baby saying, girl, that's the truth. You can tell who was raised by a strong man and who wasn't.
Yeah.
Because those of us who came up under those giants, like my Phil, honey, we got a different attitude about men. We do.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
sorry. We're just
It's
not
true.
gonna tolerate any and everything. We just ain't gonna do it because we've seen too much evidence of the fact that men can be better. I didn't just have my daddy. I have 9 uncles, 9 y'all,
Mm-hmm.
and all of them took care of their wives. Most of them worked for themselves. They took care of their children.
Yeah.
I have never seen the elder men in my family just be trifling and sorry and make excuses and ask women to help them pay bills. I ain't
Right.
never seen so much of that foolishness in my life that I've seen here recently with young folks online saying crazy stuff. I'm telling you. That's right. You make it through, Christine. That's right. But when that man is irresponsible and doing things like that and putting y'all livelihood in jeopardy, you ain't got yourself nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, responsibility and prioritizing. Oh, it's so important. So important.
Yes,
That's
it
right.
is.
G
Yeah,
Doll is
you
so funny. Talking about I love me some Philip's daughter. LOL. Thank you for sharing your father's
right.
and your mama's wisdom. It's the truth. And
Yes.
it's just like, you know, it's a difficult position to be in. I will say that. When you one of those girls that had you, as I say, the best daddy ever. Because once those men are gone, you feel it. And I remember,
Yeah.
hey, Cat in the chat, I remember like maybe a couple years after Daddy passed, because I still have my moments now. Daddy left in 2013, and I still have my moments where I will break down over the stupidest stuff. And but it was a couple years after he left, and I remember sitting there thinking, would it have been better if I'd have just been one of them girls that didn't have a good daddy at all? Would it have been easier if I just didn't know him? Because once them men are gone, like the world don't even look the same to you no more.
Yeah. You preaching, honey.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, it's like the whole world turns ugly once the
Yeah.
men leave. And it makes it very difficult for you to even tolerate the slightest, I mean, even speck of bull crap off a man. Because everything that man do, you measuring him to your father. And that's why I try to tell some of our young men, you know, that's right, Latavia, represent girl for us daddy's girls. I try to tell some of these young men, make sure that you're that for your daughter. Make sure that you are her superhero. You make sure you are the best man she's ever laid her eyes on. And do your job so good that every man that ever even asked her out for coffee, she's comparing him to you.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Do
You
your
know, it's
job.
said it's said that your dad is supposed to be your first love because that's teaching you what your romantic love is supposed to be, be about.
That's right. And I saw that, like I said, that guy he was tough. He was tough. He was rough as number 10 sandpaper. But I saw him every Valentine's Day, even though he was not the most affectionate. He was real awkward with the affection stuff. Every Valentine's Day, he bought my mama all kind of big old silly cards and stuff. And she's so mean, she darn near bark at him, but he bought it anyway. He didn't care what she said.
Yeah.
She never missed a birthday, never missed a Mother's Day. And then Valentine's Day, that man would turn around and his daughters, he bought us gifts. I never missed a Valentine's Day that my father didn't buy me something. Me and
That's
my children.
beautiful.
So
And it's
you
good to
can't
hear
expect
those.
me to just tolerate no foolishness off a man. If a man as rough as that Joker has sense enough to know that women have emotional needs and women need to feel pretty and women need to feel special and they need to feel loved and protected. If that man knew that, born 1929, these new age jokers that's supposed to be in touch with their feminine side, and if you ask me, they're a little too in touch with it. They don't know how to
Mm-mm.
treat a woman. What kind of mess is that?
Yeah.
Speak on it.
But see,
And
it's even the
I got
small
a
things in it. Oh, go ahead, Evangelist.
I was just gonna say I got a video. My dad passed in 2007 before my 13-year-old was born. And I got a video, it's about a 10-minute clip of him talking that I play for my boys sometimes just so they can remember their grandpa and what kind of man he was. Cause I
Oh,
mean, he was a man's man. He was a man's
Mhm.
man, but he'd get down in the floor and he'd play with us. And he would just same thing like Sinitra. He had the roughest hands, but honey, he'd hug you so tight. And
Yep.
he would dance with my mama in the middle of the floor, bring tears to our eyes to see them together. And I
Mm-hmm.
always thought to myself, that's the love I want. That's the
Yeah.
love I want. Because he
Right.
worked hard, but when he had his time to spend with us, it was all about us. That was it. That was it. That was the example that I was able to see. And that's what I can honestly say. That's the kind of love that I am able to experience, you know. And it ain't perfect, but like I said, we
Right.
were able to we able to make it work.
Yeah,
And that's,
as long
you
as he
know,
got the basics. And the killer part is when you grow up seeing that, you know what to expect. I didn't see
yeah,
any of my uncles hitting on my aunties. I didn't
never.
see none of them, not taking care of them. Even my granddaddy was, Lord have mercy, that man was a bootlegger. He would be in jail sometime, cutting up with the people. He was in South Georgia back when they was lynching our folks real bad, and Charlotte was crazy. That man set the jail on fire one night. They had him locked up because he said it was cold in there. I mean, just a whole ruffian, but he was still sweet and gentle with my granny.
Yeah,
So I expect that. That's why I was telling y'all the other day when we was talking. Can't no man holler at me. Raise
yeah,
your voice
Right.
and move. I was raised around some of the roughest men in creation. Ain't none of them holler at me.
yeah.
And it's the beautiful thing, the memories that y'all have.
They ain't when I say they ain't never hollered at me, never hollered at me. And my daddy never spanked us because he told us he didn't want us to ever get the idea that a man had any business
That's
putting his
right.
hand on us.
That's
Oh
right.
God. Oh.
Yeah.
So this is why, when you ask that question, okay, thank you, BT. I'll get the minutes off the email. Thank you, boo. That's why when you ask the question, do I think it makes a difference? I think it definitely makes a difference. Because it's like, okay, think about it. If you were raised in a certain type of environment, right? And everything is clean and neat and nice, and your mama's a germaphobe and everything is spick and span. You smell bleach and fabuloso on your house every day. You ain't never seen a crumb on the floor, the counter, the stove. You ain't never seen no bug, even flies scared to come in your house because it's that sterile. And then you go visit somebody or they tell you stop by my house and you walk in and the carpet needs vacuuming and the kitchen floor sticky. Are you gonna eat there?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Okay. That's how that works. Okay. That's how that
Mm-hmm.
you
And
can't
going
get
back to what you was,
from healthy
oh,
to
go ahead.
unhealthy. You think I'm gonna take
Hmm.
it. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah.
And back to what you were saying, Sunitra, about your dad and giving Valentine's Day gift. Now that's something we didn't experience, but I always saw him open the door for Mama, the car doors. He was, walking on the outer side of the street. If they were walking on a sidewalk, he was walking on the side closer to the street. And so that is something that I picked up, and I made a requirement for myself. I had a guy that I was dating, and it wasn't a too long of a relationship, but when he got out of the car, I expected him, because he did have a gentlemanly way. So when he got out of the car, I sat there waiting for my door to be open. Child, he had almost made it halfway to the door and realized, that I hadn't got, out of the car. So, he motioned, like, come on, come on, come on. And I just sat there. So finally he came back. And he opened the driver's side and said, babe, what's wrong? What's wrong? I said, I'm waiting to be let out. I'm waiting for you to open my door for me. Um, and so he did, but it was a training process. It was one time we went out to dinner and he had slipped up, and he had one of those, most cars now are pressed to start. And I knew if you pressed it, even if the key is not in there, if it's in a certain proximity, it would start. Girl, I uh, got my big wagon onto that driver's seat and I started that car and I drove off. And I eventually came back because that would have been a whole thing. But it's just about really teaching a man how to love you, and certain standards and things that you are and aren't going to tolerate. Because the small thing like opening a door, or just that protectiveness, that alone is very important. I don't want no weak ass man that if something pop off, I'm gonna be fighting and shooting or something like that. So it all comes full circle. And I want to say this before we carry on with Christian. Bless you. I I regard that, you did have a separated household, but you had the wherewithal to know what you wanted and set that standard for yourself and not want to go through what your mother went through. And I'm claiming this for you and myself. Our spirit husbands are on the way. I got the dress picked out.
Amen.
You need to pick out yours,
Amen.
okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Amen.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
But that's the thing, think positive, and don't be
Yeah.
thinking that somewhere along the line you got to settle for some foolishness just because you want to. You don't. There are
Right.
still good men out there. I know, it ain't a whole lot of them, but they out there.
Mm-hmm.
So just wait for
Right.
them here, and don't go doing nothing silly.
Yeah, you
Now,
got that right.
Jason,
You ain't
her
gonna
daddy was verbally abusive and loud growing up. That taught me what I would and wouldn't tolerate.
Right.
That's kind of what Christian was saying. She saw a lot of the bad, so she knew not to take that.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't want none of them problems. I was like, I'm 5 trying to help my mama get out of a headlock. Like, I was
Oh no.
young but very mature in the head, and I learned quickly. I was one of them. You got a whooping for one thing. I didn't get a whooping very often, and I never got a whooping twice for the same thing.
Yeah.
So, like,
But
thank God
Deidre,
for
I
that.
wanna I'm sorry. I wanna ask you this. You know, it's a long old tale that, back our mamas, our grandmamas or whatever, got married, very young, and whether, they were destined to be partners or not, they stayed in it no matter what the situation was. Is that something that you would agree with once you're married and you have agreed to be with that partner, and maybe you didn't do your diligence with the courting and figuring out that person? Once you get married, that, I mean, you just have to uphold that matrimony?
I'm not
No,
gonna say that. I'm not, and of course I can't
no,
say that, y'all. I've been divorced twice, so I'm the
no. I
last person gonna
don't.
tell you that. I will tell you this: that first marriage was 12 years, and I'm gonna say it lasted 11 years longer than it should have.
Mm.
Now, the fact remains, if you have made a mistake, it's better that you just say you made a mistake and get your butt up out of it. I stayed in that mess because there were people like, once you're married, stay in your marriage, face your husband, face your husband. That's all well and good. But I'm going to say, and it's just my opinion, not for nothing. If you done tried to make it work, you done tried to make it work, it ain't working. If things become harmful to you, if you getting beat up, if you got to worry about this man bringing you a STD or STI, if he up here broken in Job's turkey and he's a financial abuser, hey, Miss Believe, whatever the case may be, if it gets to where you're being harmed, listen here, pack your grip and dip.
Yeah.
Get
But
Yeah.
your
see, that's the
behind
old thing with back
and
in the
don't
days
worry about
where,
it. But this is what I'm saying. Get up out of there and don't worry yourself over what people gonna say. Because they're gonna talk anyway.
mm,
If you stay in it, they're gonna talk about how dumb you are. And if
yeah,
you leave, they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
talk about the fact I can't believe she left her husband. So either way, you
Mm-hmm.
can't stop them jokers from bumping their gums. Let them bump them. If
Right.
you
yeah,
know
And
you're harm, and that's not to say the minute you and your husband have a disagreement for you to run for the door. No, ma'am, that's not how it works.
right.
It is not
right.
that simple. You can have a disagreement and y'all talk about it. And if you can't get along right then, be quiet for a little bit and y'all go to your separate corners and come back and see if y'all can talk about it again. Real calm and see if you can come to some kind of understanding. Hey, Miss G, hey, Ernestine.
That's
You know
right.
what I
And thank
mean?
But
you,
back
Jesse.
in the day, it was common, you know, Mama got married, her and Deli got married when they were 16, 17-year olds. And that was because she got pregnant. So back then, if you got pregnant, you got married. That was it, and it wasn't no divorce, because it just wasn't no divorce. And so after 40, almost 50 years of marriage, once he passed, oh y'all, um, she said, "Now I'm free." And that struck me because he was my heartbeat. And so I didn't understand it, but what it was is she really was not in love with him, and they were not equally yoked. He was a good provider, and there was no such thing as divorce. You suck it in, you put on face
No,
for church, and that was
that's what
it.
she decided to do. Because my best friend, her grandmama picked up with 4 children and left. And took her behind somewhere. Some women
But
did
that's
leave
that scrutiny.
because it got really bad. There was a lot of women that left. Don't believe that. Don't believe that mess. It was a lot of them that jumped up and left because they couldn't take it. You know,
No, I
those
know
men,
there were
you
a
know what I
lot.
mean?
I know.
But this is the thing. You know, they weren't looked on nicely. People had something ugly to say. That's why I say don't worry about what people say. I stayed 11 years longer than I should have in a 12-year marriage when reality was I was worried about listening at mama and my aunties and what, that's your
Right.
husband, stay in your marriage. Bull crap. And I'm gonna tell you that out of my own mouth. If something is harming you, get your hips up out of there. Just leave. It's better you ask for forgiveness than for your people to be taking up a collection for you. Don't stay
Oh,
nowhere and let nobody
absolutely.
kill you.
But that's just like I have an aunt now in present time is married and she is miserable. But she was pressured to get married because of the whole church thing, can't be shacking and all of this. So she rushed into the marriage. Yes, he's the provider, but she is miserable. She talks to me constantly about her misery. And she's older than me looking at advice from me. And it's just like, I can't talk on your marriage. I mean, that's between you and God and your husband. But she is miserable, but she is so reluctant to move forward or get out of the toxicity. I mean, there is a heaviness in their house that as soon as you walk in, you can feel it, or maybe it's just me. But it is such a toxic environment. But she is so reluctant to leave because what mama gonna say? What the church gonna say? And
Well, see,
she's a minister and
that's the
evangelist
kind of
too.
stuff that like we cover in Crown Shed all the time, man. You got that mirror for your accountability. She's accountable for that. You accountable for your own peace. Ain't nobody finna run me crazy. I promise you that.
That's right.
And I mean, I'm telling you, it ain't no way, shape, form, or fashion. It ain't gonna never happen. And I mean that never will it happen. Absolutely not. So at a certain point, you have to take responsibility for your own happiness. That was on me when I stayed, when I should have been packed my grip and left, and it's on everybody else. You make your decisions on what you're gonna do, what you're gonna tolerate, and what you're not. You know if you're being harmed.
But see, Sanisha, what about the people that the Bible stompers that like if she goes to mama, no, you can't get out unless he cheat on you or whatever, because that's what the Bible say, or just the preconceived notion of of the perspective that the church or the public's gonna have when to them they the perfect couple. But it's hell behind doors.
I've been there,
So
done that.
how is a person supposed to operate when they got the pressure
What
of,
you mean? I just told you what to do. I was in that position. You pack your grip and you leave. That's what you do. Because listen, the person that wears the shoe knows where it pinches. You the one in it. You the one miserable. You the one can't sleep at night. You the one with ulcers. You the one with the bubble guts. You the one got migraines and your pressure up.
High blood pressure.
All that there. That's you. So the one that wears the shoes know where it pinches. If you silly enough to let somebody else, and I'm speaking on who I was at a certain point too. I was stupid too. And I was letting me worrying about what people was going to say keep me in a situation where I was miserable. And you know what else I learned? Never again. After that, my motto was, as quick as I say I do, I will go back and say I don't. No woman is obligated to accept abuse of any kind. If it is emotional abuse, if it is financial abuse, if it is sexual abuse, if it is physical abuse, battery. If you are being abused and you sit your hand there because you worry about what somebody gonna say, you silly as a bag of hair. And yeah, I said it. Get your behind up out of there. Ashanti girl, that's my song. Let me put this up here. Hold on. There you go.
Them folks are contributing to the abuse if they sitting around talking about you because you're staying in the situation.
Right. That's why I say you have to make your decision, because at the end of the day, it's your foot getting pinched by that shoe. Them your toes hurting. If you got on a shoe and your foot hurting, you gonna let somebody tell you better not take that shoe off. You're not. You're gonna tell them they're crazy. And the shoe is coming off before you even make it to the car.
But I think that's the liberation of coming to an awareness and a certain standard and self value about yourself. Because I truly believe that if she was not worried about the whole religious aspect of it, she would have been gone. But see, when you got people saying, you entered into holy matrimony, God say this, God say that, and you're really in the church like that, I mean, yes, you have to turn the mirror on yourself and be accountable for your happiness, your peace, your growth, whatever, and trust and believe in God. That's still a lot of pressure, but I'm of the belief, and I told her, I mean, God knows your heart. If and I'm sick of hearing this. It's exhausting to me to try to help her and cuss her through her thing. So I said, you need to go to God and ask Him for forgiveness and push through and push through. And because God, just as much as God is not going to be pleased with breaking that matrimony, He's also not pleased with the division in your household. You're not sleeping in the bed with your husband and all this and that. So you got to make a decision for yourself. These people don't know your business unless you tell it. You need to go on about your life and be healthy. She is breaking down. She damn near going crazy, but she needs
But
to
think about what you're saying.
value
All
herself.
that there amounts to nothing. She knows she miserable. And guess what else? You can't get tired for her. Can't nobody get tired for her but her. And can't nobody tell her when she tired. When she get tired, she'll know what to do.
That's right.
And when you get
That's
tired of
right.
hearing it, you'll stop her. Because I'm going to tell you right now, unequivocally, I love every last one of y'all. I truly do. Some of y'all are closer to me than others. That's only because, some of y'all reach out and actually sit down and chop it up with me. And as much as I love you, you're not finna wear my ear out every day about the same thing, and I done told you how to help yourself. I be John Brown. You're not gonna do it to me, because then that's wearing on my resources, my peace of mind,
That's right.
my energy. You're not finna suck me dry because you deciding to sit in a situation because you ain't tired yet. Now, while I can sympathize, if you ain't tired, go sit there and hush. Why you bothering me?
hmm And see, that goes back to what you were saying, Sinitra, as far as the courting. Like that is an ancient tale, courting and actually getting to know each other, evangelists, having those conversations and talking about future goals and expectations. How many kids do you want? How are we going to raise those kids? I mean, that courting phase and dating phase, and really knowing that you both have sought, a higher power to be yoked together. I mean, that is something that is so important, because you get in something. And that's why I brought up the argument of if he may be a good provider, but then, what if everything else falls by the wayside? That's where those deep conversations need to come in, because you find yourself in a marriage 10, 12 years and you just trying to save face, but you miserable. It's not worth it. And God is not agreeable with that either. Putting a fake
But
face
see,
on. I mean,
that's the whole point. Like, at the end of the day, when you get through all that there, make sure that you examine what you purchasing, because you might be buying yourself a whole lot of trouble.
Mm.
And then you get to sitting up in there looking silly, trying to make excuses to make yourself feel better that you helping this man be a man. Because I'm going to tell you, when I sat there and read all them comments, y'all, with these people trying to explain, mostly some of these young men, why a woman need to help them be a man and pay half their bills and this and that. It's like, so are you the wife or she the wife?
Right.
Because wasn't you feeding and clothing yourself and keeping lights on before you met this girl?
Mm.
And number two, on a man's point, why are you trying to court a woman that has more than you? You know you can't afford to put that woman in the type of living that she's accustomed to.
right.
And I remember my daddy telling my brothers, don't go chasing women you can't afford.
There you go.
Exactly.
See, that all that stuff worries and it grates at my nerves at the back of my neck, right at the neck tunnel where the kitchen at, where mama used to put the
Right.
hot comb. That's the
We're in
nerve
the
that it
trenches.
tickles and it nicks at. Because I hear stuff like, but what if he earns less than you? Why was he chasing you?
Exactly.
Why was he at you when he knew he couldn't afford to keep you in the lifestyle that you accustomed to? And then you need to ask yourself, why would you entertain a man, even if he was silly enough to chase you, knowing he broke his Job's turkey? Why would you entertain him knowing that the lifestyle you live, you can size that man up in a good 20 minutes and you know he cannot keep you in the lifestyle that you're accustomed to? What are you doing?
And I'm gonna flip that coin right quick for you. I got a son right now that was messing with a girl, and she was gone. They was dating for a few weeks, and all of a sudden she was gone for like 3 weeks. And then when she finally called him back, she was in rehab. And he came to the house. He told me and his dad. He said, "Oh, I found such and such." And my husband said, "Where was she? She been gone for 3 weeks." "Oh, she was in rehab." I said, "Let me tell you something. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Nothing.
Thank you.
That's it. Nothing. That has nothing to do with who you
right.
are.
You don't go picking up no trouble. You leave that trouble where it's at.
Leave her where she was. Cut her off right now. That has nothing to do. That 3 weeks you had away from her, you should go ahead and count that as gone. That has nothing to do with who you are." And he said, "Well, Mama, we can be friends." I said, "Y'all don't even need to be friends.
So
let that go."
Thank you. I'm
so
sorry.
it swings both ways. It ain't just for the women; it's for the young men too.
Thank you. You know, we were just mainly talking to the women because it's mostly sisters.
Yeah. But I'm just letting them know. You know, we raise our boys the same way. You don't want them to be with somebody that they not equally yoked. You don't want your sons to go up and be with somebody that they not supposed to. You don't. I mean, and I don't want to say they're not on the same level as, but that's not somebody you want to see your child with. I'm just gonna be honest. That's not somebody who I want to see my son with. It's not.
I agree.
All right.
And just like you was talking about checking them out, Sinitra, and just like the sister, the comment that you just put up, all that glitters is not gold. You know, you got some of these men dressed good. They have all the appearance of, you know, quote unquote high value men or whatever, but that's just like a tie. It might have some deep tread, but if you look close enough, it's dry rot.
No.
Yeah. But that's why I say observe him for a while. Ain't no rush. If he in the good he's truly interested, he ain't going nowhere. Take your time. This ain't no race.
That's right.
Take your time and smoke him over real good. Take a good look at him. See if he any good. If he ain't no good, we'll know.
Yeah,
you know,
but that's a problem.
Let the people look at him. Bring him around the women in your family. Let everybody put eyes on him. That's what we do in our family. Listen, you're just not safe. I tell people all the time, I'm the baby out of 81 grandchildren.
Ooh, 81.
Yes, I'm the youngest of 81. We gonna all smoke you over. We gonna look at you.
Right.
2 and 3 times
and look, and gonna be burnt to a crisp.
Right. Yeah, we gonna have to do that because, but you know, now it's, you know, it's always been pressure to be married. It's, you know, get married. Every culture, I don't care what part of the world you're from, is get married. Okay. But I don't care what the outsiders are saying. Even sometimes your mom and daddy might be like, you know, you're getting a little old. You know, you think we might be able to see a husband and some grandchildren before we drop dead, you know, because I do that to my children too. Mothers do that. It's just guilt.
Right.
We really don't want you messing with nobody that's going to hurt you.
Mm-hmm. My mama do me like it too.
Yeah. That's, you know, listen, guilt is a mother's birthright. We have a right to use guilt on y'all. Okay. And I don't care what nobody say. That's my right. And I'm going to use it. And I don't just use it on my children. I use it on my nieces and nephews too. Even my children's friends, they call me mama. I use it on all of them. If they don't call me for a while, I just get on the phone randomly and be like, so you was waiting on me to die before you checked on me. I just throw it on in there just for seasoning, you know, just for flavor. But it doesn't mean that they want you to go grab somebody that's going to hurt you.
That's right.
Right, but in this day and time, and in the social media technology world, in this generation, it's a popcorn microwave society. Everything is right now, quick, fast. I liked your picture on Instagram. Let's hook up, have a baby, and be totally dysfunctional. Yeah, let's do that. See, that's the world that we live in. There is no more conversations, sitting on the top of the hill, looking at the moonlight, having conversations about the future. Everything is wham bam, thank you, ma'am. ma'am, this is, and improper, out of order, illogical decisions. And that's why, there is a lot of broken homes in our communities and a lot of dysfunction because there was no order, there was no divine intervention. And so that's a lesson, Sinitra, to really get to know a person. And I don't care if it's just in a regular friendship or whatever. Just get to know people, have conversations, because if you ask enough questions, you're gonna get the answer to your answer. So it's very important.
That's true. Hey, Chanel D Queen. But this is the thing, you just gotta, do your due diligence. Take your time. I don't know what you're running into. I don't know what you're doing. Okay. Yeah, I just don't know. But take your time and don't end up being nobody's roommate with benefit. Now I know y'all be talking about a friend with a benefit. Don't be no roommate with a benefit.
That's right.
Don't do that. When you up here paying half the rent and still booting it up.
What would you say? What advice would you give for, let's say, 42, 43, 44-year-old, divorced, kids gone, she's in a house by herself? It ain't no good man out there. She ain't gonna do no social media and dating and no bingo and booty apps or whatever. What advice would you give that woman who longs and desires for that help, to be someone's helpmeet, who is really in a place of desperation? What advice do you give to her?
My first advice is stop being in a place of desperation. What is you desperate for? That's the first advice, because you keep going back to the book and what God said. He said it ain't good for a man to be alone. He ain't said nothing about a woman. So what are you desperate for? That's number one. Number two, pray for everything and stop worrying about any of it. You ain't got no business worrying. What is you worried for? That's number two. And number three, your children is gone. You got your house to yourself. Focus on you. Love on you. Yeah. If you treat yourself good, I can guarantee you somebody's son gonna see how good you treat yourself, and he gonna want to do the same thing for you. A lot of times men treat you the way you treat yourself. So spend time on you. Treat yourself good. Take time for yourself. Take yourself on dates. Take yourself on vacation. Get you a weekend getaway by yourself.
Yeah.
Karen Frazier, thank you so much for the super chat. She said, this is definitely worth the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the stream, sis. Amen. But yeah, that's the whole thing. And JC said it. We need to stop saying that there's no good men out there. They are out there. Yeah, that was the other thing I was going to say. If you a woman and you sitting up telling yourself ain't no good men out there, guess what you ain't going to never find? A good man.
A good man.
Okay, you done said it out your own mouth. You done sat there and made all these negative confessions and wondering why positive things ain't happening. Change the way you speak and the way you approach life and situations.
I agree.
We talked about this the other day. It's a lot of pressure. In Crown Chat, listen, you got to behave as though a thing is, even though it's not, in order that it might be. You don't sit there and start talking negative and I show hope and I show wish. Behave as though it's already there. Like you go for a job interview, you dress like you already got the job. You don't go up in there with rough, dried clothes on and being mercy. Talking about, well, if y'all hire me, I promise I'll get a bath and iron these clothes.
Yeah.
That ain't how that go. So behave as though things are the way you want them to be.
Yeah, act as if they already are.
So you can manifest the things that you want. This whole negative mindset that our sisters have adopted. I don't know where we got it from, but I sure wish y'all would carry that mess back.
Yeah.
No good men. Let me tell you something. Half of these no good men is out here because we done manifested these jokers. And we're not complaining about them. And I mean just that. How many mothers done got mad and spoke words of curse over their son? Yeah. You just like your no good.
Just like your daddy.
You ain't gonna never be nothing. You can't do nothing right. Half of these no good men were manifested. They didn't just pop up out the ground like a mushroom. They were made. So we got to stop this mess, this negative thinking. And we got every excuse in the book. for why we engage and indulge in foolishness. What if this? What if that? The truth of the matter is, if we do what we're supposed to do, half of them what ifs wouldn't even be an issue. Around here living raggedy. Living raggedy. Some of
What you
y'all,
call them, Tanisha?
some of y'all go to church and wear your skirts longer than me. And your prayer life is raggedy than a mango seed.
Oh, do
There's
God.
a whole lot of stuff. I ain't gonna get into it. I'm gonna let it be what it is because we chilling on the porch tonight. But you got to sometimes check yourself and see where your game is leaking. See where you raggedy at. Okay, sometimes, you know, as sisters, we got to check ourselves. I want a good man. Check and make sure you a good woman first.
Come on now.
There's some sisters out here. Hey, Alicia, talking about you want a good man and you still making Jiffy cornbread. Some of y'all, you want, I want a good man, but you still not on point with yourself. You got some stuff that you need to fix. Sometimes I want y'all to stop and think about this thing. Maybe your boss man ain't sent the right man to you because he know you ain't right yet. Why you talking about you can't find a good man? Maybe he got blinders on you because he don't want you to run into one of his boys and make them miserable.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's right.
I'm
And
just saying, y'all, we got to check ourselves too. We got to check ourselves too.
If you ain't showing no faith that you believe God can do it, and all you doing is sitting around and saying, "Oh, I wish I had," and you ain't never given God no victory praise. Like you ain't never stood in praise. Lord, thank you for what you're about to do in my life. Lord, thank you for the manifestation of what you're gonna do.
We ain't finna get too deep into that because I don't want to take them to church because I'll be done took them there for real. So
look,
I ain't gonna do it.
Let me be quiet.
Okay, we're chilling tonight.
Jennifer look, she right on time. Look, pass the collection plate. Jennifer Love Spirit done dropped $2 in the collection plate.
Hold on. Jennifer Love Spirit, thank you for the super chat. She say love attracts healthy love. Love yourself first. That's what I'm saying. Focus on loving you. That's what matters. Focus on loving you. Stop all this negative stuff that we do.
Yes.
And check yourself and make sure you ain't the doggone problem.
Yeah.
Because sometimes as sisters, okay? Because it's mostly black women up in here. Can the sisters rap for a minute? Right? Can we rap?
Yeah.
Sometimes, sisters, we don't want to be real with ourselves. And KB, thank you so much for the cash out. I appreciate you for supporting the stream and sending me some love. I truly appreciate you. Bless you. We got to rap about this thing. Sometimes we don't want to take accountability for anything. We got time to measure, criticize, analyze, overthink everything about everybody but ourselves. Hey, Lynn Branch. See, this is the problem. That's right, Vanessa. Get rid of the stinking thinking. It's a whole lot of stinking thinking. Hey, Randy Samuel. And it's a lot of times with us as women, we got to be real with ourselves. Why do you think women end up going to see Granddaddy Kitten Heels? You know why they end up over there? You know why they end up over there? Because they're not in check. And they waiting on somebody to tell them what they need to do to get themselves together. Sometimes you already know what you need to do to get yourself together. You going to look for a man to give you validation to make you feel about this mess that you're trying to package up. Stay away from them people. All they going to do is prey on all your negative thoughts and insecurities you had about yourself. Stay away from Granddaddy Kitten Heels. Okay? Because I'm tired of hearing about it. The reality is check yourself. Nobody knows you better than you. It's just like when we was coming up and mama and them used to tell you, if you stink, you smell yourself first. You know you ain't right. You know you don't do what you're supposed to do. You know the self-care that you could give yourself, you don't. You know you refuse to have good eating habits when you could. You know that you don't manage your money like you supposed to, and you out there with a shopping habit. You got all the new pocketbooks and late notices on your counter. You know it. You know you around here ordering Uber Eats every day rather than turning on your stove.
Ooh.
You know it. See, some of this stuff that we know we ain't quite right with, we want to keep that stuff and not acknowledge it, not fix it, and then sit around talking about I can't find no good man. Maybe they being hid from you until you clean yourself up. JC with the hashtag fix yourself before you wreck yourself.
It's right, JC.
It ain't always as simple like, oh, we can't find no good man. It's a whole lot of women parading themselves as good women when we know we a little bit less than. Now, ain't we, ladies? Now, I know when I was younger and I was in those bad marriages and making good old mistakes and acting a fool, I didn't deserve no good man. If I'd have ran into a good man, I either would have ran him off or ran him crazy. If I got to be honest. So it's never as simple as, oh, you just got to get a man and then can't find no good man. They might be running from you. Did you think of that?
That's right. And I got a quick question.
Go ahead, sister.
With that being said, I had a man that was good, did everything right, but unfortunately he stole from me technically. And
well, he didn't do everything right, girl.
Well,
that was wrong.
I wondered if I made the mistake of not ever giving him another chance, or even if it wasn't.
You ain't did nothing wrong. Listen, if a man got sticky fingers, I ain't gonna tell you now time that you supposed to be giving him another chance to do what? You wanted them to steal the rest of the stuff in your house?
Right.
No.
Well, what? Listen, I had an ex wanted another chance. That was the one that hit me. And when he said he wanted his family back, I said, you want a rematch? Like, I don't want to fight no more.
Okay.
Right.
Another chance than what? You feel like I lost the last? You feel like I won the last fight and you need another shot at me? Like, what are you saying?
Okay, I'm just making sure I wasn't making the mistake of not giving another chance, or I wasn't thinking that, I'm too high and mighty to give somebody a second chance, basically.
No, you can give somebody a second chance on stuff like y'all had a disagreement and y'all didn't communicate right, or maybe he left the toilet seat up and you got impatient and you told him to get out before he could figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's no rematch. That's what I asked him if he wanted a rematch. I don't want to fight no more. Okay, I'm not in fighting shape no more. Now I will if I have to, but I ain't trying to get in no prize fights. So I didn't want a rematch. And especially if I won the last one, why would I come back to the ring?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if the man stole from you, to me, stealing is a big one.
It is.
It was, and that was one of those examples of I seen my daddy do it to my mama, and I knew that wasn't. I don't want that. So I go on.
Yeah, child, you did the right thing. Listen, you ain't in no rush. You ain't no race. Ain't nobody chasing you. Ain't no dogs behind you. Take your time. Right. Lynn Branch hit us with the one my mama used to say: if he'll steal, he'll kill.
That's right.
Hey.
Okay, if a man will steal from you, next he might get violent and do something to you. So don't even. I wouldn't do it. No, I ain't gonna tell you.
Tanisha, what you were saying was very, very important, and I hope it didn't go over anybody's head, because truly, when you begin to value yourself, you give that thing up to the universe and you start to prepare yourself as if it already is, and you start to vibrate higher and higher, you are going to attract what is destined for you. And so it's all about preparing yourself and manifesting that thing and getting yourself in a position to be acceptable for what God has for you. Because I mean, if he gives it to you and you ain't ready, like you said, it's just a good man that's, just been played with. So yes, as women, we got to be held accountable and have an esteem about ourselves to where we know we got it going on. Walk around the house naked with your heels on and look in the mirror and you know what I'm saying? Watch out.
She said naked with your heels on. Joshua, what you doing over there at your house? Wait just a minute. Golly.
But just have that confidence have that confidence to where that energy attracts to you. And like you said, act as if it already is.
Yeah, that's true now. That's true. Look at here. Listen, they putting the heels in the chat now. Because
Do it.
Nika went and grabbed the red bottoms out the royal family emoji. She put the red bottoms on. Lynn Brand said, "Come on now, come on through, Jaja." She said she rolling through with the heels on.
Do it.
Yes.
Listen,
Girl,
I
love
ain't mad at it.
yourself.
You know, whatever you need to do, y'all know for me, for me, when I want to feel pretty, that's when I go over to that crown case and I pull out one of those bad boys and slap it on. But I always say, if the heels make you feel good, girl, put them heels on. If you have to put on every pearl you own and drape yourself in pearls and wear all your good jewelry, whatever.
That's me. I put on all my fine jewelry.
Yeah.
I don't put that on them fake watches. I ain't got none of them, but I put on all my fine.
I'm trying to tell you. So that's what I'm saying. Take care of yourself. Spend your energy taking care of yourself. Put that energy into you. Show yourself the love you want somebody else to show you. You waiting for a man to swoop down out the clouds with a suit of armor on, and you over there treating yourself bad. I mean, just treating yourself bad. Just don't do nothing for yourself like you're supposed to.
I ain't shaved or nothing. Girl, go get you a wax and get you a good nice lace front and go to dinner by your damn self.
There you go.
Yeah, all that there. All that. Now, mind you, I'm not judging nobody. If you like to keep your hair on your body and you don't want to shave it off, that's fine. But whatever it is that make you feel good, do it. Because some ladies like that, they like that, they like to roll like Chewbacca. And I
Can't was
some of them on the red carpet, they lift up their arm and they, still going.
Not Chewbacca.
Yeah, if you on your Chewbacca flow, I'm not finna mess with you. I say, all right, sis, it's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to, honey. Go ahead now. And don't you feel bad about what you like. It's a man out there that wants some Chewbacca love. So you go ahead on and you do your thing, but you take good care of yourself while you doing it.
Right.
Rumble in the jungle.
Ain't nothing wrong with if your body's a little thick, that's fine. Take care of your nice little thick body, honey. Make sure you keep your skin pretty and don't let yourself get too far out of control. Love on yourself. Treat yourself good. That way, when a man come along that like all them grits and eggs, you know what I mean? He'll come on over and fix himself a plate. Y'all know what I'm getting at. If you happen to be T19 and then that's how you look, take good care of yourself. Wear all the clothes and show off that little small frame because it's a man that's looking for just what you got. It's a lid for every pot. You ain't got to change your whole existence to find love.
That's right.
Be what you are and who you are and take good care of yourself. Let that man see that you love yourself. That way he know he got to treat you good or else you ain't going to put up with it.
That's right.
That's right.
If you mistreating yourself, he already know what time it is. He know what it is. Now, if you out there with that hair and use old sexy chill pet and he see that you taking care of that stuff and you put bows in it and all that, if that's what he like, he already know, look, I got to take care of her. Because if I
got to water her.
I got to water this girl. She's going to spread on over to somebody else. Didn't know how to take care of her. I'm joking and playing around. Hey, grandmother. But the truth of the matter is, love on yourself first.
Yes.
Stop worrying about them people, because if you keep worrying about them people and not loving on yourself the way you're supposed to, you're going to end up paying somebody half of somebody's bills for them. And then people going to laugh at you for real. And then they're going to have a reason to laugh at you because you're over there being silly. Vanessa, wait, where Vanessa comment? I done missed it. Another one popped up. Wait, there it go. Okay, people smell confidence and will treat you accordingly. It's true.
That's right.
They can tell when your self-esteem is low, especially them predators.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they can.
Them predators can smell that stuff and they will come. Yes, girl, them sexy chia pets. Whatever you got going on, you better love yourself. I'm serious. I don't care what it is. If you got buck teeth, if you got bow legs, if you knock needed, if your knees knock like an A-frame. I don't, if when you stand still and it look like you finna shoot jump shots all day. I don't care. Whatever you are, you better love yourself. You better love the heck out yourself. So that way can't nobody run in and make a fool out of you. Because you got self-esteem issues and insecurity issues.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you. Ladies, we done sat up in here all night like we really is on the porch.
No, we just talking.
Girl, I done broke out my phone. I done caught 2 hot flashes sitting up here talking to y'all.
I was just gonna say it feel good outside.
Huh?
I said it feel good outside on the porch right now.
Don't it feel good? I got my citronella candle going, got my lemonade. Feels good on the porch.
Girl, that's a nice conversation though. When you could talk about the men and stuff.
And you know, sometimes it's good to just get to the truth and just be real, like laugh about stuff. It ain't that serious. I think we get to a point where we get overly serious with every little thing now. You know, it's so bad. You can't even laugh and joke no more. I be wondering, do people even go to comedy clubs and have a good time anymore? Or do you get there and your face all tied up and not thinking about it?
I was talking about that the other day, Sanitra, when I seen you talk. You was on I think Princess channel. You were saying you can't say nothing without somebody saying you body shaming or your eyebrow shaming or your photo shaming. And I thought about that. So I remember we used to crack your mama jokes and this kind of jokes.
Ain't wasn't nobody down.
And then nothing happened. You just laughed and you went on down the street. Didn't nobody get upset or nothing. Now you can't say nothing.
You can't say nothing.
No. That's right. You can't have a good time. Somebody hurt.
Let me tell you something. Y'all can't say nothing. Shanitra gonna say whatever in the hell Shanitra want to say. I ain't studying these goddamn people. Now I'm not gonna say nothing evil. I ain't no evil person.
Right.
But if I want to laugh and play and joke, I'm gonna do it. I don't take life that serious. You know, there's serious things, but everything can't be serious. Sometimes you got to laugh. If you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Yeah.
Now how bad this world is. We walking around with one of the worst diseases known to man, or viruses right now, and we believe that they probably made that crap in the lab, knocking off people, killing folks like chickens.
Exactly.
One of my childhood friends, they funeralized her today, and I couldn't even go home because I didn't hear about it in time. And that ain't for no sympathy. I'm just being real. This world is messed up right now. It's a lot of heavy stuff going on.
Yeah.
And if anybody think for one doggone minute that I ain't gonna laugh and joke whenever the hell I feel like it, baby, y'all is a bad judge of character. So Philip daughter gonna say whatever the hell she want to. I promise you that.
That's right.
I promise you that. I'm responsible enough not to be mean and terrible. JC said we need a comedy night. Hey, I set it up. I set up a comedy night.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I introduce everybody and bring them out. But JC, let's get on that. We're gonna commit to do that for y'all over here at the Royal Family, because you know we like to laugh over here. We silly.
Yes,
I love some good old jokes.
See, the thing about it is, because it could have easily went that one of us made a comment that one of the other ladies didn't agree with, and this thing could have turned bad. This is a beautiful experience where you can get some knowledge, you can inspire, you can tell your experience, and you can laugh about it, you know, and walk away uplifted and in a good mood and not down or feeling bad because somebody done, you know, hurt your feelings. This is a beautiful thing.
Well, see, sis, that's the whole point of the Royal Family over here. That's what we do. We got our archangels that mind the chat. You know, we make sure we keep it positive over here. I'm not somebody, I don't need 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 people in here every time. I like it where it's like this. You got 150, a couple hundred people. We cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to kick back. We're going to laugh. We ain't going to have no foolishness. And if you start a problem, we're going to show you the dope. Simple as that. What you say, Lynn? Can I say God over here, child? We talk about God all the time over here. I like this. And this is the channel where we love God. Okay?
Yes.
We love him over here. Now, mind you, if you love somebody else, I'm not going to put you out. You know, I accept everybody. I'm not one of them people. You know what I mean? I don't have no light on the door. Well, okay, unless you serve my God and serve him like I serve him, you not welcome. Everybody's welcome here. Everybody. So you can call him, you can talk about him. You know, if you roll up on us, we'll pray with you over here. Like that's really how we roll. But please understand that the leader over here is a Baptist. And you know us Baptists is built different. You know, we the people, we will drag you up out of here. And we will, and every now and then, you know, our hands get a little tough and we'll pop you and then we'll pray about it. So be careful. Yeah, you in the right. Just remember, mothers.
And she got that mean Usher DT, the one with the swollen ankles and wear them orthopedic shoes at the door, ready to get you out of here.
Yeah, when DC is here, you know I was laughing earlier. I called her in Egypt Law and Order. When them two is up in here, man, look, y'all better behave, because it won't be nothing I can do to help you if either one of them get a hold of you. They will grab you by the scruff of your neck.
They're gonna get some straight
right on into the parking lot.
They sure will. Odie, hey, ladies ever, love you, queen. Love you too, Odie. I'm always happy to see you here. Yeah, you gotta laugh, man. You got to laugh. I don't know why. I don't know when people got so serious. I have no idea. But I'm gonna laugh. That's right. Easy breezy say pop and repent. Yes, that's the best.
God, not pop and repent.
That is the
I like it. I like it.
I like that too.
We gonna pop it and we gonna repent. And, you know, Lord, you know, put a couple extra dollars in the plate Sunday. That's how we gonna roll on that one. We ain't with the foolishness now.
Pop and repent.
Ooh, listen. I love y'all to death, but we done been up on here, man. Y'all know we've been up here over 2.5 hours.
It was a good conversation, though. It didn't seem like that long.
That's
like it been 30 minutes. I thought it would have been 30 minutes, and it should have been over 2 hours.
Lord, please. It's been 2 hours, 36 minutes, and 50 seconds.
Man,
still going.
Time flies when you having fun.
Yes,
that's how it go. That's how it go.
It really do.
I'm telling you. And we had us a good time up in here. DT say he gonna sprinkle holy water on them as they leave.
Not the holy water.
Yeah. And Lala say then the sniper's gonna get you. Yeah.
They gonna get sniped and they gonna get popped.
And drug out. This is a rough crowd. This is a rough. But I love them though. I love them to death.
Right.
I'm telling you. Wonder Woman Marsha, what you say? What? I got to be to church in the morning. Well, y'all better get up out of here. Those of y'all that know y'all got to be for 11 o'clock service. Don't be going in there late and telling them people saying, I told you to stay up and do nothing.
I'm sorry. I was a late night service at Sinitra's.
No. Right. You better get yourself up on time and get up in there. Okay. Listen, I enjoy y'all so much.
Yeah, this is good.
But I'm about to put y'all off this porch. Y'all got to go to bed. Wonder Woman talking about pop, sniped, and drugged. Yeah, pop, sniped, and drugged up out of here. That's what's going to happen. The spiritual babe say, I remember when Auntie ushered and pinched us for talking.
Oh, that pinching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, HU Angel 1, you better tell them we Baptists are tough. That's right. We the real thing, baby. This can go either way. It can go either way. Oh, they say you make us feel good. You make us. You guys make feel good.
I hope it meant guys, because you know.
Oh, because it's like you gays.
Oh, did you sleep? You tired? What you
I'm friendly, but I ain't affiliated.
It's like you, Jaja.
He's crazy.
Right, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, we finna get up off this porch, man. Look, we done had us a good night. We done had us a whole bunch of laughs. Some of y'all done had something to sip off this porch. I know y'all was sipping. I know y'all was sipping. And that's okay. I ain't mad at that at all. But either way, we'll see y'all tomorrow, because you know we gotta watch Potomac.
Oh yeah, right? It is tomorrow.
Yeah, we gotta watch Potomac tomorrow. And you know we gotta unpack after the show. So the unpack is as soon as the show go off, y'all know to head over here to the porch where we can talk about what we've seen. I think it's gonna get interesting. I think tomorrow is when Candace mama finna spill the beans back Chris.
Yeah.
So we gonna see how that go, y'all. Okay, so that's it. Y'all go ahead on. I hope y'all cook for tomorrow today. I hope you don't plan on thinking you're gonna jump up out of there and cook tomorrow after you get home from service. But you know, if you bold, go for it. I mean, you know, do your thing, girl, go off. But in the meanwhile, I'm gonna let y'all go to bed. I enjoyed you. If y'all did not hit that like button on the way in, please, please, please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you have not subscribed, but you enjoy hanging with us. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you click all so that you'll know when we go live. If you want to join text notification, my contact is scrolling across the screen. Make sure you vote for movie night if you have not voted already. We are going to see if we can coordinate a comedy night for you folks. And I think that's it. I think I covered everything. So in that case, you all stay encouraged. Remember to encourage somebody else. I love you. Sweet dreams.
Love you, Tanisha. Good night, ladies.
Love you. Love y'all, road family.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much, Jaja Christian and Evangelist. I appreciate y'all. All right. Good night.
Yes, ma'am. Good night.
My salam.